We are back from the deep. We got the boys in the house. Coach Lowe's not in yet, but we got everybody else, and we're here to get excited because we got playoff football all around now. We're done with the regular season. We're done with the bullshit. And it's kind of sad. Like most of the time people get sad during this time of year. I think you boys might get sad because we're going to talk about our self-reflection a little bit on the season. We got to get TJ's point of view. We gave him a week to cool off on some ice a little bit, before he gets on about everything. But hey, at least the Browns they played their ass off. You know what? I want to hear Eric's point and TJ's point on that later, because you got the win for the Browns. But what good is it? And then we'll talk Lions football with Keegan. We'll get into all the different playoff matchups, MVP talks. Now that the playoffs are set, we'll end it with a little bit of college football. But we kind of worked that out a little bit last week. If you got any point of, anything to say, TJ, just let us know. We'll wait until see how it goes. But I got some questions for you guys. We'll get into the transfers. We'll get into everything else. But this is from the deep. You know what? We like to start with the icebreaker. That's what we fucking do. You know what? I kind of saved this one. I wanted to do this one early in the season, but I was waiting until the end of the season because this is just fun to me. I want the boys to give me their Mount Rushmore of current players that they have seen. Now, they could be retired by now, but they had to see these guys for their favorite teams. So no Jim Browns, no Otto Grahams, none of that bullshit. I want the guys that you fucking love up on here for the Mount Rushmore. And because we didn't hear him last week, I really thought TJ with this because I think his list will be kind of interesting. TJ, man, kick us off. How you feeling? And give us your Browns Mount Rushmore to kick this pot off.
What's up, everybody? Might have missed me last week, but I'm back in it, boys. Let's go. Let's go for the Cleveland Browns Mount Rushmore players I've seen in my life. I'm going to make it really easy. Let's go Josh Cribbs. Let's go DeQuell Jackson. Let's go Joe Thomas. And let's go Myles Garrett.
Ooh, okay. Let's go, dude. I like the DeQuell Jackson. Big fan of DeQuell Jackson. Where'd he
Put
go?
some respect on
Yeah,
DeQuell,
he went to
man.
the Colts, right? Afterwards.
I
Was that
think so, yeah.
Yeah, the Colts. Man, that dude was a dog, wasn't he? He really was. And those teams sucked. And shout out Josh Cribbs. I love Josh Cribbs to the house. I love that guy so much, bro. I really do. I say it all the time when he's up on that jumbotron. Cleveland, stand up. I'm like, yeah, let's go, bro. And you know what? For those that don't know, he wore socks on his arms, not actual sleeves. Back when it was, that's why he's fumbling a bunch too. Like, but he was crazy. Shout out Josh Cribbs. You know what? I haven't heard his voice yet. Not at all. Not even before we warmed up because he's just sitting there in the dark. Sir Michael Clark, man, how we feeling? How we living? And give me your Mount Rushmore for some Cleveland Brown football.
Good man. If I do a Cleveland Browns Mount Rushmore for me personally, go Chubb, Josh Gordon, Jarvis Landry, and they'll throw I love Jarvis, dude. He's a fucking good dude.
It's his personal favorite. He
It
hates
is.
he hates certain players that play on the team now, but he loves them for
I
Jarvis
say
Landry.
And I'm trying to think of like an old school player. Uh Here's a fucking Jerome Harrison, dude. Motherfucker had like
Oh,
he had like what 250 yards on my birthday to one year.
dude. Clark went for straight excitement. I want guys that put the Browns on the map. I
Yeah.
want guys that didn't look like Browns players. I want guys that fucking went out. And his honorable mentions Peyton Hillis. How about that? Like that's the way that list is. That list is what. That list is like that's like there's like Cleveland Browns fans all across the world, which I think is kind of wild, right? No joke. No disrespect to Cleveland, but it is. But it's just wild. So like that's like someone from California's like favorite list right there.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm
baby.
a Browns fan. My parents were born in Cleveland. I love Jarvis Landry.
Hey, Jar's the man.
Hey, shout out Josh Gordon too. Man, that's a different set. You got real life brownies, and then you got the flash in the pan brownies for Clark there. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
baby.
Eric, man, who we got, man? Cleveland Browns. I feel like yours would be kind of similar to TJ's.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, Jerome Harrison had 1,681 career rushing yards.
Hey, but 25% of them bitches came in one day.
Yeah, 286 in one game, son. That's all
Couldn't
I
tell
know.
me nothing if that
On my
was
Oh
birthday.
shit, that's funny.
Bro, I'd
That's
be going to
funny.
Comic Cons and shit getting autographs signed. I'd be
Yeah.
milking that thing till it's
Hell
done,
yeah, I would be
dude.
too. 286, son.
Hey, you know what? On that Madden, if you turn, back in the day, it was a big deal who was on the Madden cover and who was on the backside, right? Like it was always like he was on Madden '07, I think it was. They showed him right there, baby, with the star under him. Let's go. Put some respect out there. What we got, Eric?
I got Joe Thomas, Miles Garrett, Phil Dawson. I feel like I
Woo!
needed an old guy to throw in there. And then I'm gonna go
Ooh.
Joe Hayden, man. I
Ooh.
went Joe
Yeah.
Hayden. I
I
was
almost
between
picked
Joe
him.
Hayden and Ward, and I couldn't pick one, but I took Hayden just because I didn't want only new guys. I wanted to pay some respect to the older guys too. But Phil Dawson's got to be on the list, man.
And I'm just saying, if you were playing, I know they changed some of his rules, but Joe Hayden was one of those guys. If he played in the old school days, we're talking straight Hall of Famer. Like how long he was, if
Yeah.
he was able to jam people all the way and able to just be on their shit, was he Florida Gator, right?
Hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, baby, I like that. Man, that's fun. You know what? We might go around again, do some maybe some college football ones. This has got me excited a little bit. Let's go. Mine. And this is what got me going on it because I was like, oh man. So mine's kind of easy, I think, for me. So I got for the Niners, I'm gonna do Frank Gore without a doubt. Like that was the reason why I got into it. When I was a little kid, man, I thought he was the best ever. Pat Willis, like, that's just to me, Pat Willis is Ray Lewis part two. You just didn't get to see the long career. In my opinion, if he played the long career and wasn't worried about his head and everything like that, he would have been Ray Lewis. Um, he would probably be. He's gonna be right there at my number two. It's tough because like there's a lot of great players, right? So I'm gonna go George Kittle actually out of the modern guys. He's gonna be my
Yeah.
modern piece. And I put Pat over Fred because I'm just going positions a little bit here. Um, but definitely George just because he just bleeds the faithful. That's what he does. Now this one was tough. So I was thinking like quarterback. I was thinking there's so many wide receivers. You got Cowboy Williams, big fucking D tackle that was there forever. Not Williams, Cowboy. Fuck, who was the other? I'm blanking now. Justin Smith, and then there's Alden Smith. Yeah. Shout out Alden Smith. He's like our Josh Gordon, to be honest with you. He would have been great if that boy never got in trouble, dude. He's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dog. Yeah.
He's crazy. They should put that. Dana White should have signed that boy as soon as he could. He really should have, bro. He would have made more money and everything. But you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I love my boy Alex Smith. Alex Smith was another reason why I got into the Niners real heavy. Um, just because, like, not even when he was successful. That was when they were young and they were dumb. They weren't winning. And my honorable mention, Vernon Davis. I love Vernon Davis. To me, like, he was just the fighting too. Like he was another guy I really got into when I was a kid. Like when Singletary was the head coach, like with him just beating the shit out of people, getting kicked out of football games. Like I love that shit. And they were only winning like 3 games back then a year, and he was still fighting
Still
people.
loving it. You
That's
know
what
who
I'm
I
saying.
loved on
Hmm.
that team back there? Or this is like mid 2010s. Reuben Foster, dude. I thought he was
Ooh.
gonna be so fucking. He used to put people in a body bag. Me and Matt Otto watched his highlights all the fucking time, dude.
His, his Bama highlights, you might not find a better hard hitting
Yeah,
highlight in college football,
he
dude.
was
Him
phenomenal.
at Bama was a problem.
Dude,
Yeah,
He was so
the
good.
fact they put him on special teams full time, even while he was starting, was just crazy. Like that dude was knocking people out. I remember when he first hit Leonard Fournette, no one really knew who he was. He was just like a young kid on kickoff with a fuck. If you're a young kid linebacker with a neck thing, bro, I'm not fucking with you. If Nick Saban said, "Oh yeah, that 18-year-old's scary," I'm like, "Yo, what, coach? Like, what are you talking about?" I
Can
love that
you
man.
can you imagine the fucking war crime you have to commit in practice for Nick Saban to go, "You're in, kid. You fucking have at it, dude." It's like he was going nuts in practice, I bet.
Oh, bro, scaring the shit. Imagine too,
Oh,
like imagine you a grown ass man, 4 years senior. Maybe you got some playing time, you don't. You're fucking jacked, and it's fucking just. He was kind of just a disrespectful, wild kid too. You
Oh,
know what
you
I'm saying?
demon.
Like, yeah, like he just looks at you and spits at you. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that shit.
Pussy.
Dude, that Niners defense was all time. You had Dante Whitner. You
Yeah.
had Reed when he was young, at safety over there. Man, and the linebacker Bowman. Come on. Like that fucking team was so fucking stacked, bro, for so long. I miss that team. We should have won a Super Bowl. Ray Lewis took that shit from us. When the lights blacked out, you want to talk about me being frustrated? You should have seen me in high school when the lights went out. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I freaked out, bro. And then Colin Kaepernick fucked it all for us. Oh, man. Shout out Colin Kaepernick. I know a lot of people disrespect him, but as a Niners guy, I try to just divide the whole thing. To
mhm.
me, the player, Colin Kaepernick that Green Bay game was an all-timer in my book. Like, that dude went for like 140 yards. Oh, man. Before we move forward, just to pick my brain, we don't have to be so long on it. You guys got any for like some, Ohio State players for you Ohio State guys, some of your Mount Rushmore Ohio State players? I feel like that's interesting. That could be so heavy of a list compared to the Browns.
Yeah. So I'll go first. I'll go,
Tale of two halves right there.
and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it recency too. I'll keep it recency. I'm gonna go Justin Fields at quarterback. He'll always be my favorite quarter. He'll always be one of my favorite Buckeye quarterbacks I saw play, man. Running back, gotta go Ezekiel Elliott. Receiver, he's still there, but JJ. And then I gotta get D lineman. I think I'm gonna go Nick Bosa.
Nick,
Or
dude,
no,
he
I'm
was.
gonna go Chase Young. I'm gonna go Chase Young, actually.
Ooh,
I'll go Chase
ooh.
Young instead, actually.
Ooh. I'm more of a I think Joey in college. Nick was better overall, but Joey was just he looked like a fucking
Aura.
man. Man, that was real recent, bro. Me, before I get TJ, I'm gonna spot out TJ. I got some of my own fans of some Ohio State guys. I'm a hater appreciator. To me, Terrell Pryor walks on water for Ohio State. I don't give a fuck. To me, he was Cam Newton part one before Cam Newton. They just didn't know what to do with him yet. Dude was ginormous, bro. Uh, Before I got into it with Ted Ginn, so I respect Ted Ginn. I'm gonna throw his ass in there because I almost threw him in the goddamn lake at Putin Bay. He ain't that big of a guy. I think that's what made me respect him more. Is I thought I knew he was small, but I didn't know he was just a tiny little motherfucker, bro, running his mouth out there. Fucking him by far. And then help me with this, TJ. I may not have watched him, but I want to shout him out. Who was that linebacker that had the visor back in the early 2000s, late 90s? He was supposed to be what was his last name?
Andy Katzenmoyer.
Yeah, dude.
Andy
That's
Katz.
to me that's an
Yeah.
aesthetic. That's an aesthetic. I'll do only three right there. That's my disrespect. I don't have four. What do we got, TJ? Ohio State, man. You got some of your favorite Ohio State players? Maybe Beanie Wells. Who knows in that list?
Yeah, man. Let's crank back the time machine back to 2006, 2007, 2008 when I was coming alive as a young Buckeyes fan, man. Let's go. Give me Ted Ginn just because Ted Ginn was electric. Troy Smith, the nicest athlete I've ever met in person. Troy Smith is a kind motherfucker, man, and he was a great player. So Troy Smith, give me Quinn Pitcock. There's a name for you. And then give me Laurinaitis, man.
Oh, I loved.
Laura
Yep,
Knight's fun one.
I loved. When I was a kid, I really did like James Laurinaitis a lot, bro. And I liked him a lot too when he was with the St. Louis Rams because he was the only guy there. It was
Yeah.
like him and Steven Jackson on one
Oh,
side of
yep.
just those two. No one else at all. Quinn, that's another name I'll throw out there for the old St. Louis Rams. Robert Quinn. Well, he played DN. I like that, dude. That's who was the wide receiver back then? Gonzalez. He was the guy that was in the air bubbles and shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
Anthony
about? Like
Gonzalez.
they did like a whole thing on that. Nowadays that's normal, but they thought that guy was weird for doing that shit.
He's
You
like a
know,
governor or some shit now.
like big. I love that, and he looks exactly the same. Like kind of has that Charlie Villanueva thing going on. Clark, man, give me some Irish real quick before we move forward, man. Who's your Mount Rushmore? It's probably gonna be very similar to mine.
Yeah. Brady Quinn, Tom Zvikowski, uh, Jeff Samardzija. I'll throw one recent one in there. I feel like Jay Love's such a fucking easy pick, but he's
Yeah, but
fucking
he's
up
the
there
he's
too.
the he's
He
the, yeah
might be
he's
it.
the yeah.
Yeah.
I mean Eric did JJ for his. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so you just when
J
you
Love
know you
might J
know.
Love might have made that list now. He's in the top four.
I love that. I'm gonna do, of course, Brady walks on water. Tom Zipikowski's the dog of
Yeah.
dogs. I'm gonna do a personal favor here. I'm gonna throw a little side curve. He's one of my favorite players for no reason. I'm gonna do Irish Chocolate, D
Oh
tackle
yeah,
for the
he was a
2012
fucking
team.
awesome dude.
Yeah, rest in peace, Irish Chocolate. That dude was fucking
Yeah, funny
badass,
as
bro.
shit.
I love that guy. He's one of my favorite players as a kid. And then you know what? I'm gonna shine some light. I'm gonna shine some light on him. Because I could have took a picture and hid my face and acted like I was his girlfriend. Manti Teo,
Oh
bro. Give
yeah,
it
I
that
know.
dude. I don't give a fuck. People are like, oh, he almost won the Heisman off a fake story. His grandma still died that day, bitch.
Yeah,
That's the
and he
only
put up
reason.
those stats.
Yeah, bro. I watched
Stats
that
don't
Michigan
lie.
game.
Yeah,
Shit, bro.
Oklahoma. We know which
Dude,
one's a pick.
oh, dude, it's the sack for
Yeah.
me. It's the
Oh
sack.
yeah.
It's the sack, bro. You know what? Maybe that's a tale two has. Like I love the way Eric and TJ get excited about the Browns is kind of how we get excited
Yeah, I
about
know
Notre
it
Dame.
really is.
Like we're calling out a game in week 9 of a regular season, like it
Yeah.
was the goddamn
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
They won it.
Oh, I love that, bro. Hey, that was a great time. When I saw that number 1 next to Notre Dame against USC, I
Oh
was
yeah.
creaming my pants the whole time.
Poppy ended up in the hospital the next day because he almost lost. He did. He had a fucking heart attack.
So poppy, dude. I almost did this. One of the
Yeah,
few games I watched every single
yeah.
game, every single commercial. Oh, I love that. You know what, boys? Let's push on. We're gonna do NFL first. We're gonna dive in. We got a lot of shit cooking. Season's a wrap. So I'm just gonna throw some questions out there. Go with each guy. We're gonna talk about things we loved about the season, something we hated about the season, and then we kind of pushed hard on like some draft talk last week and different things, but like just any thoughts you have of what is the one things you'd like to see fixed right away. And the holes could also be coaching. I was more looking forward to Keegan being on that for that because I think that they need a new offensive coordinator. But with you guys, coaching is just kind of everywhere, so I think that'd
All
be a
over.
good question, anyways, to ask you guys. But since you're the Brownies, all three of you, we're gonna go with you first because I got more futuristic shit to worry about. You know what I'm saying? I got this weekend to worry about. Andrew texted me right away, dude. He goes, "We're enemies this week." Him and Will. Him and Will came at me, bro. I'm like, bro, when the fuck y'all ever been to Philadelphia, dude?
Yeah, you can't even spell Philadelphia, motherfucker.
Acting like I've been to Santa Clara. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Clark first, just because I thought this game. I don't know if you watched much of it, Clark, but to me, it just felt like it was kind of like poetry for you and TJ. It was like a nice little win for the Browns for TJ, but also like you got to see Myles Garrett get the sack record, Clark. But you also got to see them just kind of. I just think it's funny that they had no heart. I was thinking about the shit you say about how they just don't move the ball, they just don't do this, but they always decide to do it last second against the goddamn Cincinnati Bengals. What was something you loved this year, Clark? Something you hated? And then what are some holes that you think need fixed right away? Just not a bunch of shit, but what is something that you think needs fixed right away?
Something that I loved, definitely the rookie class. I think that's probably be part of all three of ours. Phenomenal. Saw a lot of guys step up and play some good defense. Guys like Devin Bush, he had a very good game Sunday. Nice pick six. Uh, the things I hated, there's a lot. So I'm trying to think of.
That's why I said for you, because with TJ and Eric, I know it's gonna be very specific. They're gonna throw some love
Ye-
on top of it. For you, I'm
Yeah.
like, don't hurt yourself here.
Honestly, probably a receiving core. I think we have the most sorry ass receiving core in the fucking league, Danner, besides the Titans, dude. But no one really stepped up. Every year we always have guys like Tillman and Donovan Peoples-Jones who are always saying, this is the year they're gonna step up and play big. And they don't, and I know Tillman was hurt, so it's not necessarily a fair judgment against him. But these guys, it's just a sorry ass receiving core, dude. Our rookie tight end was our best pass catcher. I will say the one I hope gets some more looks in the future is Isaiah Bond. I think he's somebody we could utilize if used correctly. Uh, I think the team overall, there's really not much good to say about the team, truthfully. I think it was, I know we won 5 games and people are pumped about that, but I guess I'll just say this now because I'm sure we'll rant about it later. And I know everyone's like pumped about getting a new coach and all this, but I just seen this happen before. And although Stefanski was not a great coach, it did bring a thing of stability to the Browns we haven't had in a long time. And I see ourselves falling into the same hole we had as kids, where it's a new coach every 2 years, and it's just gonna be this turnover and over. I don't, because the same front office is still there. I think that's a huge problem. Haslam, as long as Haslam owns the team, I don't think they're ever be good. I've been saying that all year, but I just see that's what I think my biggest fix to them is they gotta get new blood in everywhere, dude. Fuck just firing the head coach. That's I don't think unless they bring in somebody like a hardball, really is not going to change the outcome of this team in the future. I really don't believe it. So
I
I'll go
love the
for that.
hardball take because I was gonna say that later when we do coaches. I think guys like that are gonna be spicy. I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
this, Clark. You kind of said it, man. 5 wins. You think they were at one point? I don't think we would have thought they would have get to 5 wins. You
No,
know
and
what
I'll
I'm
give
saying?
it to them. They stepped up and were
Yeah.
able to win games. They took advantage of situations like the Steelers game was a game they won that was good. Even last week, defense stepped up and made plays for them to win the game. So like that's always good to see as a fan. It's nice to win some games. I did not think they were even win 3 games this season, and there actually is a few more games they probably should have won. Truthfully, the Buffalo game, Vikings was close right to the end. No, that's only a few plays away from fucking 7 wins.
Bengals week 1 with the kicker.
Absolutely. That's 8 wins. Then you're going to 8-9 and was 500. So I think there is parts of the team there that can be successful in the future, but I still think we're a long way away from being truly competitive when it matters. Not week 18
Mhm.
against a shitty Bengals team that's been beat up all season. I said it's always nice to see a win, but does it really mean that much in the context of the whole season?
I mean, we saw it back to your little kid, like being a kid take. I remember the Browns always winning the last couple games of the
Yeah,
year.
they
And
always
like
did.
that's what like I just always remember that.
Yippee!
Also, they're playing for more, right? You got talent to
Yeah.
evaluate. You got guys for next
Hmm.
season to evaluate. I feel like there's a lot more that means more. I also think the Bengals should have showed a little more heart the same way
Absolutely.
because like
Yeah.
at those kind of two comparable teams, I actually thought Zach Taylor would get fired. So I really thought we were watching two very comparable teams that had some playoff hopes back in the day that don't. Uh, Going off of that, let's get to you, TJ, real quick because I love Clark's point of, you know, firing Kevin. We know how you have felt, but we all know also that the front office has put Kevin in particular situations that saved him his job this whole time, right? Like everyone always knew he had a job because some of these decisions weren't his decisions. I just going off Clark too. It's like TJ, like you fire Kevin, but you ain't firing more people. That confuses me because at the end of the day, the play like look at like what we're gonna get into Eric talking about quarterbacks and stuff. I'm asking some questions on that. Those quarterback situations aren't because of Stefanski. You know what I mean? Like the you do have some good rookies and stuff. I see why the GM was able to stay there. That rookie class saved his job completely. Like if
Mhm.
that like without a doubt, and it doesn't take a genius to think that. But Kevin's out of the building. More people need to be out of the building. TJ went on that rant with the bag saying just let everyone out, just everyone. We even made a joke saying just have just the rookies in like remember the Titans, just have the rookies in a goddamn gymnasium somewhere in Cleveland and say
Yeah.
this is all we did. The rookies and Miles, this is all we got, boys. Let's fucking push forward. But Kevin's gone, TJ. Things are fucking happening, but you got a dub against a rival, against the Bengals, who always compare themselves with the Browns. How do we feel? What you love, what you hate? Kevin's gone. Have a way at it, bro. You will not bother any of us with anything you'll say.
All right. So starting off with what I love, man. I love that the young guys actually worked out, it seems. And I know it's a little early 1 year into somebody's career to spike the football and say, like, fuck yeah, we hit on that pick. But for Mason Graham to play well, for Fannin to be the best receiver, for Schlesinger, is playing great football. And to have like I'm not going to say Shador is like a starting level quarterback, but at least he's like playing, like you got to see what you got in Shador. So I think the thing that I love the most about this season was the young guys, really stepping up and seeing that, hey, maybe we got something here, some pieces that 5, 6 years from now, when we're out of the Watson situation and with a new coach, hopefully that has their roots sinking into the Cleveland Browns organization, hopefully things will be looking up. As far as things I hate, there's a lot, like Mike said. You have to really look like within to find things that you like with the Browns and or things that yeah, things that you
Yeah.
like with the Browns.
Yep.
As far as things that I hate, man, the offensive line really struggled this year and like they got to get the tackles figured out. I mean, having two essentially rental tackles like really, really put a damper on like what's possible, in all aspects of the offensive football. And then let's move on to Kevin, man. So like, listen, I was really tough on Kevin, and I think, talking with some people that are around me a lot that I talk to, not you guys necessarily, but just people in my life, like I don't have like an odd like opinion. I watch the Browns football and I almost can't believe that other people don't feel the same way. It's not Kevin's aura as a coach necessarily that's like the driving problem for me. Yeah, I think he's a weenie. I think he's a dork and all this shit. And like,
I was expecting you to say that one first.
yeah, you're essentially like you're leading men into like physical conflict and you have like a chicken necked like nerd taking you into battle. Like okay, yes, that's a reasonable critique. But the main problem I have is the X's and O's, man. Is it there is quantifiable results that point to the fact that he's an offensive guru whose offense improves significantly when he's not involved in the play calling. So like no matter what argument you have about screens on 2nd and 12 and fucking double tight end reverses and all this bullshit. Whatever you think about that is fine. Look at the results. Look at the games Kevin called versus the games Kevin didn't call. We do significantly better when he's not calling plays. That's all I care about, you know? So I'm happy he's gone. I also acknowledge we could totally be in the same situation 2 years from now. And I'm saying that now. I acknowledge that. I see that. That is part. I'm accepting that in an effort to hopefully risk it for the biscuit and get in a better coach. Hopefully like a Kubiak, or Mike LaFleur, a younger offensive minded coach that can fucking shake shit up a little bit. And as far as like the firing so far, I'm not too worried about it because you guys know, like, when coaches get hired, they bring people with them anyway. The offensive line coach isn't just going to be, you're not going to inherit a personnel coach if you don't want to, just because he's fucking, he's been there from the last coach. So I'm really excited to see where we go, man. And I hope it's odd to go, 5-12 and have the most hope that you had all season as soon as it ends. But I'm feeling good. This is a high point to be a Browns fan. I think in the last couple years. And also I'm really happy Miles got his record, man. That was like a little gem for the end of the season, just to put the cherry on top, to cover up the shit disaster of the season. Miles got his record and is going to be in the history books. So
That's all people talked about too. It wasn't about, oh, like, I mean, and then almost like feels like the Browns have like this victim thing going on that's actually working out for them. Like the public eyes looking at the Browns more of like, instead of, oh, it's just the Browns, they're like, oh, I mean, look at the success with Garrett. Look how like the most average fans looking at that and going, oh shit, they had to fire their coach. They won their last couple games. Miles Garrett got the record. Maybe it wasn't the Browns' fault. Maybe it's all these other, you know what I mean? Like maybe they have some like you're saying, like, and I think that's in a weird way. I know some guys don't look into the media stuff, but like I think that type of positivity means a lot, and it takes a lot of pressure off the front office when the draft comes around. You don't feel like as anxious. I think the front office will be scared to fuck up, but also like you have a new coach, you have young players, like you have a bunch of fail safes. So like like you're saying, swing for the fences because at the end of the day, like you're not in the worst position ever, but also you have so much to gain, and how much lower can you really go? So it's like, you know what I mean? When you have that combo, it's like it's a dangerous combo. It reminds me of like a weird makeshift version of what the Lions were looking at before they picked up Dan Campbell. They had some young players. They're ready to get another good draft class in. They don't even have any stars. They have a couple old heads like Matt Stafford was still there and shit. And you make some moves, you fucking gamble it with a 5-win, 6-win season. Is like I think where the Lions were left off at. You make a good hire. It doesn't have to be somebody anybody knows. Like the Jaguars showed that this year. Dan
Yeah.
Campbell showed that with the Lions. Like you don't have to be the household name. It just has to like I like the LaFleur one, like someone young, someone that can shake things up, someone that can actually. To me, it's like, bro, get someone that has the identity of Cleveland. Where is that? Like that has never been really a thing. Like why don't we just get like there's coaches with grit out there that get someone like I don't. And to me, after a while, like who cares if they're offense? Who cares if they're defense? At the end of the day, have a good fucking coaching staff and just have that grit that Cleveland has because you're gonna need that for the long haul. So you don't go through this in 2 years. Maybe you don't go past 500 the next couple of years, but at least if you keep that coach, keep that grit, keep consistency, because that's what you don't want to lose. That's what Kevin brought, but at the end of the day, you're here to win Super Bowls, not consistency. Eric, man, how are we feeling with the Cleveland Browns? The draft is coming. The end of the year did not go the way you planned. Not at all. If it was up to you, the whole team would have just quit and just fucking played. But oh yeah, nice touchdown, Shadur. That was too good. Dylan, get your ass in there. We need an interception. You know what I mean? Like Eric would have sabotaged that shit so fast, and he would have slid some money under Haslam's door and been like, "Don't fire me, big dog. I got a plan." Eric, how we feeling, man?
Man, it's hard for me to remember two more pointless wins to end a fucking year ever.
Rivals,
So
baby.
cool. You beat Pittsburgh.
Division.
Pittsburgh wins the division anyway, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
You
you
beat
did say that last week.
Cincinnati. You beat Cincinnati, and then you fire your coach 12 hours later. So what the fuck was the? I don't. And it only makes it worse that they would have been the number one overall pick if they lost those two games. That's the only reason it makes it worse to me. If it was only like 2 or 3 spots, I could justify AFC North wins. But when it's like that, and like now you're trying to sell a new head coach to come in here, it's like, hey, it probably would have helped, man. Even if you don't take quarterback, the trade down package.
Oh, Hold on.
Eric.
I don't know that.
Oh, there you
But
go.
I'll move on from
You
that because I'm gonna
froze
be
first.
pissed
You
off about
froze
that
for
all
just
off
a
season. So we're
second.
gonna
You
talk about
froze.
that later day.
Can you hear us?
Oh, I said I'm gonna move on from that because I'll be pissed off about
Okay.
that all off season.
Oh, there you
And
go.
then, but the good, the rookies, like you guys said, the defense overall. I'm happy Miles got the record. Mike, you brought up Bond when you're talking about receivers. I kind of
Hmm.
hope they find a 1 year deal for Corley too. Like I
Yeah,
thought Corley had some
yes.
juice every now and then. Like I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
a stud, but I think there's a place for your guy on the team next year.
He's a
You know what I
good
mean?
depth guy. He showed some.
Yes,
He's had some
exactly.
nice plays last two. Oh, that's a great point as well. He's another one I wouldn't mind retaining.
Yeah, like I just hope they find like a 1 year cheap deal for him, like a
Yeah.
prove it deal almost. I just hope they keep him around because his sweeps and stuff brought some to the offense, I thought. And he's the only guy that had a lot of juice sometimes in that receiver room. The bad, obviously, we don't gotta harp on it. Like offense, just everything wants to make me puke. The head coach shirts, man, I have no clue what to think because I'll be honest, half these names I think linked to the Browns. I'd rather keep Kevin than 50% of these fucking guys are putting ahead of us. Like honestly, but and I think the thing with Kevin is I always feel like the Browns just gaslit the shit out of us. Like for 6 years, they've told us that Kevin and AB are a package deal for 6 years, you know? And I always told myself, and I always told everybody, I probably told you guys, there's no world where I justify firing Kevin without firing AB with him or before him. And I still feel like that because I still feel like the Watson trade. We'll see. We'll know for sure, once everything's over. But I still feel like the Watson trade was pushed more by the front office than it was Stefanski. And the fact that he had to deal with that shit. And like, I don't know. Like hindsight would be 2020 there, obviously. I will get excited about that coaching hire. That's always a fun and interesting time. I'm excited. I think they interviewed their first. They're going to interview Munkins, their first one, the Ravens OC. So on that, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see. My opinion will change about this offseason 1,000 times over once I see who we hire because that changes the draft strategy, free agency strategy, the quarterback plan, everything. Just yeah, that's all I got, man. Find your head coach. It's all that matters right now, at least.
I need like those trumpets right now. Like, brr, brr, brr. After that last one, hearing all the different ones and then going to Eric and have watched them slow down. I'm like,
Play
brr.
taps.
Yeah.
Man, I just wanted to add something real quick because
Mhm.
Eric referenced the Watson trade. I referenced the Watson trade. You were talking about how media kind of sees us, as Cleveland Browns fans. And here's the deal, man. Here's what I've always kind of thought is that like being a Browns fan was fun even without winning. Like when we were ass and going 0-16, it was kind of fun and it felt like other NFL fan bases kind of put their arm around us and went, "Come
Yeah.
on, champ, like don't worry about it." And then when you trade for Watson, you go from lovable losers to now laughing stocks.
Mhm.
And
Vilified.
for the whole league to go, "Oh, you traded for an alleged fucking sex criminal." Ha 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 ha, and everybody gets to
Yeah.
point and laugh at us, and everybody's, "Oh, look at you fucking guys, ah, it didn't work out. You gave the biggest contract to that fucking asshole." Like I feel now that with firing Kevin and being on the back end of the Watson thing, we're closing the book on that, and we can move
Yeah.
on. And if we're the lovable losers again, fucking so be it. I can live with that. I've lived with that my whole Browns fandom career, but I feel now that that's why kind of I'm happy about how things went towards the end of the season. We're closing the book on that shit. That's
Well,
the last chapter, and we just opened up a fresh page, baby. Go
and
Browns. Come
to
on,
their
kid.
point, that's the best takeaway right now is like, hey, you're changing something. You know what I mean? Like you changed something. And whether people want to agree or disagree, if Barry still went with them, because I don't think people are really saying Kevin should have been fired. I think the argument's more like, hey, you should have sent his ass packing with him.
Mhm.
Like I think it's a lot more of that than people just saying Kevin shouldn't have been fired. And I think
Mhm.
I'm in that thought process too. But no,
Now,
that's good. That's a good point, TJ. Once we close the
real
book on that
quick,
Watson
man.
thing, I think everything feels better.
Here's my conspiracy brain, and this is mostly for Eric. Do you
Okay.
think there's any situation in which AB snaked Kevin and where AB was like, I think we fire Kevin going into next year. I think,
I
100%.
I think Haslam was getting on Barry's ass. And he's just like, hey, we need to fire this guy. And Barry's back of his mind is probably like, I don't really want to. You know what I
Because
mean?
that dog,
Because
that's
Barry and him
immediately what I
see
thought.
shit like that's that shit that Barry's obsessed with. Kevin does that shit. Like Barry likes that shit. Like when they hire another fucking nerd in a month, I don't want anyone to be surprised because it's this guy's running the fucking show now. Like this is, and maybe it's better than Haslam finally doing it. Maybe Haslam's actually telling Barry, go get the coach you want, and I'm gonna stay the fuck out of it. If that's the case, I'm still down because it's someone other than Haslam making the decision. You know what I mean?
I
I
was
like
just
that.
curious what you thought about it, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think he had to save his own ass to an extent.
I
He
think
could
he
have said
just
like, yeah,
he told Haslam, he goes, look at that rookie class.
Yeah.
Like, hey sir, like just
yeah.
look at them. Like
He
he
couldn't
said
look at him. He's like,
he
did you see
probably
the offensive
even
line
he
I
probably
gave him? He can't
ignored
say that, you know?
every time they brought up Kevin, they're like, oh Kevin? Yeah, Kevin's Kevin. Rookie class.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he just
yeah,
kept it cool the whole time. It was just look at that. Look at that tackle. Look at Miles Garrett. We paid him, didn't we? Like they dap him up all hard. We paid his ass. He broke records, dude. Come on now. Like also, man, it just I know TJ brought up like Miles Garrett kind of helps like cover some things. Man, like that's just an understatement in my opinion. Like you go from like the weird off season, he got so much shit for like saying he wanted to win a Super Bowl, and then he took the money. I think that motivated his ass because they thought he didn't care about the game anymore. He just cared about money. He went and showed everyone that. Imagine if I would have took that other 1 or 2 year contract on his. Also, that pisses me off as a. Me and Keegan were talking about that playing games. I wish Keegan was on here for the Lions because like when he was serious about leaving, the Lions were one of the teams that were like really heavy into that. Like they were just like all in. They were thinking about moving pieces, all the kinds of crazy shit. Good teams work, right? Why wouldn't you? Miles Garrett wants to go somewhere. Everybody in the
Yeah.
world's gonna move everyone that they can. I didn't even know what the fuck it, dude. The way this season was, I love Fred, but Fred got hurt. I would have said, Fred, come on now, hindsight's 2020. Give me that record on this team right now. But it just really shows like some of the guys that were handpicked throughout this long process, ever since Baker, ever since everything else, all these different draft picks, the old guys. I mean, look at Ward. He's still balling, still selling jerseys. I think Miles Garrett just, he represents, like, when TJ was talking about that separation from the old to the new, Miles Garrett just represents the old of what you guys have been through. And, like, it just patches up everything. You talk about, Barry saving his job, and then you talk about Kevin getting fired. It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like people just don't understand it. You have to live around here to understand what Miles Garrett really did. Just really just put a nice little gloss of coat on whatever the fuck was going on the whole time. And the change thing, Eric. Like I mean, we went into this year kind of weird. Like I thought your guys' vibe was odd going into this year because nothing changed. You just got Shadur
hmm
Sanders. Like there was really like there was no real quarterbacks. You had four of them. It ended up being four mid ones, which was wild. Like five quarterbacks. Didn't like it was just I don't know. I think there's change now. Let's go. Fucking hell yeah. Lions. Keegan's not here. I think they're gonna be just fine. I really do. I think they're young. They need a rest, and they just need to draft well again. And Dan Campbell needs to figure out who the fuck's running that offense because he's kind of a fucking gorilla when he gets that fucking clipboard, bro.
Yeah.
Like I respect it, but he really is like. And shout out Montgomery, he had a pretty solid game, and it's gonna make me sad to see him. You could tell they're giving him the ball so he can look at people. You know what I mean? You guys got that feeling when you watch these games? Like some guys are getting some nice looks because it's like coach is throwing that dude a bone. He's a baller. He ain't gonna be here next year. Maybe he has a contract thing. He's like make some money. He's gonna bounce. I just think that's always fun to look into. Niners, terrible rep. I'm not gonna worry too much about what just happened. All right, as we move forward, I'm not. I think it's weird. I think this is what I've been talking about with Purdy this whole time. I get excited about Purdy, but the consistency bothers the fuck out of me. I also think shout out to the defense, it's like holding them down to 13, but still, that's what the irony of that pissed me off. Like, I'm okay if we have an exciting game like against the Bears and we lose at the end, right? Like, I don't care at this point. Like, everyone's hurt. But to lose 13-3 is crazy to me, and it hurts. Exciting game. At the end of the day, I'm glad we don't have to see the Seahawks until we win a couple playoff games. So fuck it. I really wanted to have a couple other games go differently so we could play against Carolina. Like that's what I really wanted because if certain games would have went the right way, we would have played against Carolina. I kind of regret telling the Lions to beat the Bears because that bothered me now too because they kind of jumbled up everything. Now we're playing against the Eagles instead of Carolina. God damn,
Fuck.
bro, what a difference, dude. God damn, bro. I was really I was actually prepared to talk all that shit like Bryce Young don't know what's coming, bro. But no, now I got fucking the new Creed, fucking Jalen Hurts out there.
Baby Creed.
Going into that though, I love the Niners Eagles rivalry. I'm ready for some get back. There's some real rivalry there. And I'm really ready for Brock Purdy to have that. I think if we were playing against somebody else, I'd be nervous because Brock Purdy's too inconsistent. I think Brock Purdy remembers when he got hurt when he was on that streak and he didn't get to play against the Eagles. And the whole team always talks about that. And I think that bothers him. I know some people talk about him in cold weather and stuff. I don't buy that. The guy played in Iowa in shitty weather and dominated in college. Like, I don't think that's a thing. I think it's a thing when your whole offensive line's hurt and everyone's hurt. Yeah, the weather you kind of want nice weather if everyone's, playing backups. But the Eagles, it's a rivalry. The Eagles are weird. I know they're going to play. That's the hard part, right? Like, you can game plan for so many teams. I think it's impossible to game plan for the Eagles offense because they are so bipolar. Like, what if they go into their meetings and they're like, we're going to throw the ball all over? All right. What if they go into meetings and they're like, all right, Barkley's getting the ball all over? Like, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And the fact that we don't have enough push on the D line really bothers me because that means Hurts is going to have a second to think. And if Hurts has a second to think, he usually balls. That's the only time he throws the ball well. Our DBs are playing pretty fucking crazy. So, like, as long as they could just keep holding it up, that last game was actually not that bad against Seattle. It could have been worse. I was a little nervous. So, like, if they can just play that well, it's going to be all on Brock Purdy and Chris McCaffrey to just try to figure it out. And Chris McCaffrey's going to have to fucking, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Toradol is his thing. Yeah, but but Chris McCaffrey's gonna have to talk to the players union and figure out some special fucking things that we can fucking pass here. Because I don't know, but I'm excited for it. I said wild card from the start, so we're here now. I feel good about that. It actually looks way better than it was. I thought we were gonna limp into the wild card. We kind of stomped into the wild card with a chance to be the number one seed, and we get to play the Super Bowl at home. So I'd really like. I feel the magic here with this team. There's some destiny thing going on here. It's just sadly the other teams are good. Let's get to more playoff talk real quick. AFC, Denver held it down. Jacksonville playing crazy, but they're going against Buffalo, which I think is kind of. We'll get your guys' opinion, but I think that's an awful matchup for Jacksonville to go against a team that's been in the playoffs a handful of times for their first trip. Chargers against New England. People keep talking about we're redoing time. Last time the Patriots won a Super Bowl, they played the Chargers first round. Houston against Pittsburgh. Houston's crazy. I mean, they were playing their backups like right away. They were like, "What's Coach Ryan's doing?" I think he was so confident. He goes, "Nah, fuck, everyone get the fuck off the field. Everyone's already hurt." So that's our AFC side of things. Clark, man, is there any matchups that you're looking forward to? Any front runners that you like? I kind of want everyone's predictions a little bit just for the first round. We'll wait until the next round, but if we have any early contenders to watch out for, maybe let's just do that. Buffalo, Jacksonville, shoot it.
Uh, that's actually a fucking great game for round one. That's a fucking tremendous one. And truthfully, I think Jacksonville can beat them. I'm taking Jacksonville in that one.
Let's go. I'll go around the circle. I like that.
Yeah.
TJ, Buffalo, Jacksonville.
Give me
Duval.
Jacksonville. Yeah, give me
Yeah.
Jacksonville, man. I think this is the worst team that Josh Allen has been in the playoffs with yet. I don't believe in Buffalo this year. I don't think it came together for them, man. Give me the hot Jacksonville Duval Jaguars.
God, I really want them to win more games because I have a montage ready of what you said for the draft. I've been saving it. I've had it. It's probably I just have it locked and loaded. And I just want to see it pay off. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna post it regardless because they did well, but I just want to wait until they lose or if they go all the way to the Super Bowl. Eric, Buffalo, Duval. Who you got? I know how you feel about Allen. You got probably a different take.
I'm rolling with Buffalo, man.
Yep.
And I saw this yesterday too. Did you know Levi Stadium is the only stadium Josh Allen has never played a game in so far in his NFL career? And I understand Jacksonville has a better team overall. I just think that Josh Allen has to be licking his chops looking at these quarterbacks in the playoffs. Like he's just got like, hey, I'm gonna go through that guy or that guy or that guy. Like that's just I felt like that since we knew that the Chiefs and the Ravens were both gonna miss it and the Bengals. So I'm gonna roll with the Bills just because I think Josh Allen's gonna get there this year.
I love Josh Allen. I'm hoping for I like the Cam Newton-esque that he is. And I say that
Mhm.
me this is Cam Newton friendly pod right here. He's one of the GOATs. And I don't say a lot of people's like Cam Newton, and he is. But this team reminds me too much of those majority of his Panthers years, right? Because he went to the
Mhm.
playoffs often and a lot of wild card losses, and it just feels like that. It just feels like the wrong time. I'm gonna go Jacksonville, but also I've rode with them all year. Let's go Jacksonville, Duval. All right, we got the Chargers in New England. In New England, so we're back to Foxborough hosting playoff games. To me, it's one of my favorite atmospheres to watch on TV. It always was. Of course, back then there's a lot of mystique with the having Belichick still, Tom Brady. And I know you boys, kind of ride with New England back then. Who we got, New England or Chargers, Clark?
I'm going Chargers.
Ooh,
I think fucking old Mr. Harbaugh gonna cook something up good for him. I wish Chargers were fully healthy because I think if they had all their linemen, I think this would be a fucking hell of a game. I think Chargers could squeak it out. I'm just gonna take the underdog on this one. I like the
ooh.
Chargers.
New England, you're getting too big for your britches yet. Your
Possibly.
schedule's
Yeah.
too weak.
Mm-hmm.
Bite the bullet, dude. What a moment Harbaugh will have with that. He doesn't have to win anything ever again. I think he will milk that to the moon.
Oh, 100%.
like him and Sid couldn't be any more opposite,
Yeah.
but the same. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they're from the same brand, different cloth. TJ, Chargers, New England.
Give me the Chargers, man. And here's why. I think I I don't think I trust the Pats defense down the stretch to stop Justin Herbert. At some point this season, Justin Herbert looked upon a shooting star and got a lightning bolt up his ass, and he's had the juice all fucking year, man. Justin Herbert balls out, Drake May balls out, but the Chargers take it.
Pause. There's shit in people's asses and there's balls out all over the place. You know
Hey,
what?
man,
Just like Blue Mountain State when they got the ice fucking. You know
you
what I'm talking
you
Yeah.
about?
know me, boys. You know me. I ain't gay, but I got a little sugar in my tank, fellas.
Oh,
Look
hey,
out.
let's. He's lightly sweetened Pop Tarts. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love that.
Sweet and low, baby.
Oh, that's awesome. Eric, L.A., New England. Who we got?
So to Mike's point about the Chargers being banged up in the O-line, that's the reason I'm going to go Patriots. The Chargers have the 31st ranked offensive line in run blocking and the 32nd ranked offensive line in pass blocking. I just don't think that's going to win you a playoff game. I'm going to go with New England.
Ooh, fucking. I like New England a lot. I do. I do want the aesthetic of Herbert and Allen to face off in the playoffs. I want
Mhm.
to see them at the coin flip way bigger than the refs. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm gonna do New England just because I just think there's a lot of thunder and lightning going on there, and I think, like Clark's point, I wish the Chargers were healthier.
Mhm.
They seem like a team that's very grateful to be in this position right now, and they're gonna make the most of it. I think it's gonna be a close game though. I don't think the Patriots are gonna have some crazy run, but I think they can get a playoff win. And Boston fans are back, and they're gonna be annoying. I'm excited for this one, boys, because I think everyone's gonna be kind of unanimous with this. But I'd like to remind you, Aaron Rodgers is back in the playoffs, and to me as a fan, I love that. Let's go. Aaron Rodgers back in the goddamn playoffs, in the Steelers uni. Tomlin's making jokes saying his aunt is his uncle and all kinds of weird shit. God, that I don't know, Tomlin. You might have like Mike Webster's brain, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on with you. But who we got, Clark? Houston, Pittsburgh. Kind of two opposite teams. You got a young coach, older coach. You got a young spry team that's kind of on the come up, and you got a team full of vets that got a bunch of money. Who we got?
I'm gonna ride with my brother-in-law James on this one. He's gonna be at the game Monday. Give me the fucking Steelers, baby. Give me Aaron Rodgers.
He said, you know
Hail
what?
Mary for the win. Fucking 65-yard fucking beautiful arc right into DK's hands.
Clark goes, good job, Miles Garrett. Let's go Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go, TJ, man. Who we got? I don't know. Are these Browns guys ever gonna pick the Steelers? Probably not.
No, man. I mean, this to me, this is a toss up. This shit could
Yeah.
go either way, but give me the Texans, man. They're hot right now, and you can really tell by watching them, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They're playing for the coach, man. They know they got a real one in D'Amico Ryan, and they're riding with him.
I believe that too. And he was a great coach for the Niners, and I think that team's got a lot of juice. I just hope Stroud can figure it out. He's kind of a hot or cold, isn't he? You know what I mean? But Eric, man, Houston, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it'll always be fuck Pittsburgh on this side, but I'm gonna go Houston. I think Houston's defense versus Pittsburgh offense is too big of a mismatch. I don't think Pittsburgh can get it going against how hot Texans are right now.
And I agree. I'm gonna go Houston because I think they're the dark horse. I said that a little bit last week. I think they're the scary one. I think they're the one that if you're kind of banged up, and Houston kind of is too, but if you're kind of banged up, all of them are. It's NFL football. Everyone's a little banged up. I think Houston's just a team you don't want to see. I just don't think so. I think they're too energetic and too ready for it and too scary at this point. And watch out for Denver. So them sitting there. I think the rest is really needed there. And I think I'm not sold on Denver yet, but no one's shown that they can win closer games than Denver. Denver wins close games in and out, and all these games could be close. And some of these playoffs in the past have been some blowouts. I don't think we're going to get that this year. I think we're going to see some good football all the way around. NFC, we got Seattle with the bye. God, I was really excited to say that differently. Now, just looking at this as a whole in the notes, it just hurts me because I was just it's kind of like I don't know, it just hurts me. But maybe it's good because I always say like the hurt needs to come early. I always said that to Keegan last year for the Lions. I'm like, when you go to the playoffs, you want to feel the pain early so you don't feel like luck is too much on your side and then it all just dumps down on you in the
I
Super
like
Bowl.
that.
Yeah, you gotta. It just evens out the karma. Let's do L.A. Rams against Carolina. That pisses me off. Just to see Seattle up there and L.A. up there, two fucking teams that we've beat. Like I don't care if they beat us last. We beat them. Who we got? Carolina. Clark.
Give me Rams by 40. I think
Yeah.
this is gonna be a fucking ass whooping, dog. Matt Stafford's gonna stun on him.
Dude, I got nothing else to say with that. I swear to God. TJ, man, what do you think?
It's got to be the Rams, man. I
Yeah.
don't see any situation in which Carolina takes this game unless like something miraculous happens in the final minutes. But the Rams are just too good. They're too deep, like the every position, man. So give me the Rams.
I bet. You know what? Carolina could just run the ball. That's the one thing they got is if they just get those 80-yard poppers that they've been winning off of. Eric, man, Rams. We going
Yeah,
Rams?
Rams,
Yeah,
man,
I was gonna
Rams,
say
man.
I'll save you the time there. I'll save you the time there. You know what? The next one, I love this. Just like New England being back, playing against the Chargers in the playoffs. This is where home is right here. We got Green Bay and the Bears in the playoffs. As a kid, I thought the Jay Cutler days against Aaron Rodgers was just electric. I really did. Like I thought the Matt Forte, you
Oh,
know what I'm
dude.
saying? Like
Oh, love them.
dogs, like dogs. And I know how some people feel about Brandon Marshall, but for those of you that don't know, that guy was a stud. Like I know
Yeah.
some people get annoyed by him; they forget how good he was. That dude was so good. Does he still have the record for most catches in a game?
I believe he does. Yes, he broke. I think Terrell
To
Owens had it.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me
Was it
look it now.
22?
Yeah, 22 or 23. It's
Can you
Brandon Marshall
imagine
actually he had 21. T.O. had 20 and broke it. That's fucking unreal, dude. And Brandon Marshall also has tied for third with 18 in a game as well.
the wear and tear meter on that man was absolutely going
Zero.
crazy. But we got Green Bay, Chicago. I love it. Green Bay's kind of stumbling into this playoff. They kind of turned into what I thought the Niners would look like going into the playoff. Who we got, Clark?
Give me. This is a toughie. Is Jordan Love available? Does anyone know? Is Jordan Love, will he
Ooh,
be playing in the game?
I think he is. I'll find out for you though. I got
I
you.
think so too. They benched him on purpose to make sure.
Okay, because I know he didn't play last Sunday. Actually, you know what? Give me fucking Green Bay. If Jordan Love's playing, I think Green Bay's got a good chance. They've been pretty beat up this year. I haven't really followed them much. I don't know who's all missing or what, but I think Green Bay can take them.
Let's go. Yeah, Chicago's they kind of stumbled the
Yeah,
last couple games. They really
yeah, and
did.
they haven't. No, Caleb Williams first time in the playoffs, and I got to factor that in as well. I think Green Bay can take them.
It is also they're leaving Chicago. I think that
Yeah,
stadium's gonna go crazy because it's
true.
their
Yeah,
last one of their last true playoff pushes ever in one of the most
yeah.
iconic stadiums in the world. TJ, Green Bay, Chicago, bro. This is old school.
Yeah, man. let's rewind it for a second because you didn't ask me about Eagles Niners, man.
No, that's the last one.
Oh no shit,
I
my
was just
bad.
ranting.
Sorry,
I was just ranting.
sorry. I was like, fuck, man.
Damn,
Don't give
just
me don't skip over me on the Niners, man. I got some heat for you.
yeah. I
Uh,
was just saying. Now he's gonna say some crazy shit at me.
no, no, no. Give me the Bears, man. Give me the Bears over the Packers. Bears
Uh,
are another team been picking up steam down the stretch, man. They've been really clicking on offense. Caleb Williams can make any throw you possibly need him to make, man. That guy could throw it pylon to pylon all the way down the field, you know? So Ben Johnson masterclass, man, and they're gonna take the Packers to church.
ooh, I love that. Eric, what do you think?
I'm echoing everything TJ just said. I'm too big of a fan of Caleb Williams and I'm too big of a fan of Ben Johnson. I got right with the Bears here. I think the Packers have been wishy-washy. The Bears have too, but I think the Bears did it at an okay time once they knew they kind of
Yeah.
sealed their fate. The Packers are kind of playing that dangerous game all year.
I think so. If Green Bay had Micah and the whole 9 yards was like
Oh
popping,
Yeah.
yeah,
like I would
forgot.
Yeah.
look at it way different. But I'm going Chicago. My family loves Chicago. We love the Bears. Like everyone does, and like this is big. There's a lot of momentum in the fan base, and also with them losing the team in the city. Like I said, I think Chicago's gonna be a weird. It's just that could be a worse place to play at too at this time of year. You know how cold that is. I know Green Bay
Mhm.
gets cold, but like I'm interested to see if Caleb Williams could do that shit in the cold, and can Swift run the ball good enough as well. All right, San Francisco Eagles. What helped me though is it is the last one on this shit for those of you fucking. It is. Um, but sorry, make sure I didn't lose my spot. So I'll just let you guys go first. Niners Eagles, Clark.
Uh, 90 just because I'm your friend. I truly believe San Fran's gonna win it. I think Eagles are just so fucking wishy-washy, dude. If now, let's say if Eagles play good, it's gonna be a fucking game. But I think if they start off bad, it's just gonna fucking snowball. I see San Fran putting them away. I really do. If Purdy's had, we talked about some of his consistency issues. If he's on his shit, I don't think it's a game. Truthfully, I really don't.
TJ, I'll wait for me. TJ, what do you think?
Eagles Niners, man. Give me the San Francisco
Oh, you
football
mother.
Niners,
You're
man.
not gonna say
Give me the
Eagles.
fucking Niners. And here's why. The Eagles, you talk about Purdy being inconsistent. What about the Eagles being inconsistent, man? So, like, this year for me, watching the Eagles has been like if your neighbor was a meth head. It's like you wake up, you go get your newspaper, and your neighbor's burning tires in his front yard, 3 days no sleep. Like you look across the side yard and you go, they can't, this is not sustainable. You can't keep doing this. So I think the Eagles, like, something's got to break, man. Something that I just don't believe it. I don't get that feeling in my gut this year about the Eagles, man. 49ers, man, in the face of adversity, give me the Niners, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. Eric, man, who you got?
Man, I told you last week after the Buckeyes were out, you're the only team with a team left. I got root for Niners solely for
Yep.
Jack. You're the only
True.
the pod's got one team left, boys.
Yeah.
That's it. One team. We got a lot
Well,
of games left.
well, Keegan's Oregon Ducks are just destined to lose, aren't they? Like no one even gives a fuck.
He's not here today. That's why I forgot
That's what.
about him.
No,
Okay?
no, it's fine because I was gonna say that if he was. Like Mendoza really got a fucking lock on this shit, bro. They're a great team. You know what I mean? All that shit he yells into the microphone. I respect it, man. Thank you, boys. The only thing is, I'll play devil's advocate because that's as the real fan, that's what all you think of. I feel like man, it kind of goes into that we were talking about Green Bay Chicago situation if they were more healthy type of matchup. Just being hurt in the front seven against Saquon Barkley any day of the week is not
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite thing. And we have a problem against running quarterbacks. It's just a known thing. I've repeated that for years. And without Fred Warner, you really got a problem with running quarterbacks. Um, but you know what? The fact we have a head coach in waiting, sitting a D coordinator, just makes me smile. Let him cook. Give Chris McCaffrey the ball 100 times now. This is where I don't care.
Yeah.
This is where I don't care anymore about that. Like, and
You need
also
to man up CMC.
and don't be scared to be creative. I think it's going to be a pushy game. I think it's going to be a fucking heads
That's a
up
good
game,
point.
both sides. I think just don't be scared with the way our offense is and the different parts we have on offense. Don't be scared to use Jennings in a weird sweep. Don't be scared to, pop past Kittle when you need to. Don't be scared to run screens all over the place.
Mm,
'Cause I think the Eagles are just going to come right at him the same way the Niners are going to come right at him. And just make sure nothing goes over the top. That's it. Like that's the only thing Hurts has in his bag, man. Like Lenore and all them need to just fucking. If I see any press shit, you'll see me on the TV yelling. No pressing, nothing. Everyone sit the fuck back. We don't have the players. I don't care if we give up yards.
mm.
Don't let the Eagles get touchdowns. That's what the Eagles do. They steal touchdowns to steal games. Don't let no tush push bullshit. And you know what? If we have our backup stop him on a tush push, oh my god, I'll be so excited, dude. God damn, I'll be so excited. But the boys are hyped. Looks like Fred Warner and everyone's been in the building too. Like everyone's trying to lock in everybody. Like this is bigger. Like we have to do this. It's always our turn. And honestly, I want to win against the Eagles, and I want to fucking keep pushing, and I want us to play against the Rams. I don't want an easy walk. I want to go against the teams that beat us before. I don't want to go against teams that are fresh because I want to go against the guys we've game planned for a million times. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
act like Shanahan doesn't have that same folder for the Eagles that he didn't get to use when Purdy went down. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Let's fucking go crazy. And then after that, we'll worry about the who could win it all because Denver and Seattle still sitting at home. I just don't think the one seeds matter as much this year as they did in the past.
Jack, I want your opinion as a Niners fan. Who are you hoping to see more? Are you hoping to see the Rams or are you hoping to see the Seahawks? Because that'd be your
Probably
second round matchup, right?
Rams.
Rams?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Seahawks was
I just wanted
fucking
your opinion on it.
the Rams because it's a little more thicker of the rivalry there. It's like modern, like Ravens Steelers kind of thing. Like the
Mm,
game is always so different each time. And I just believe in us a little bit more with old Matt Stafford than I do with just the way how young Seattle is running around scares the fuck
mm,
out of me. If we had our players, I'd say Seattle, just because we'd have the vets there, but we don't have vets right now. So like you can't even act like we're like a veteran team. Offensively, we are, just not defensively. Um, Chicago though, give me run that shit back too. That should be electric. All right, MVP shit. Let's get going crazy. I think it's really just Matt Stafford and Drake May. But I love that Trevor Lawrence is getting a call out right behind him at third. And then you got Caleb Williams, which is absolutely awesome because all the haters out there can really eat it when it comes to Caleb Williams right now. And then Josh Allen snuck his way up there, as he should. You know what I mean? Someone's got to replace Pat Mahomes while Pat Mahomes ain't out there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Someone's got to be in the commercials. And it's not fucking Baker Mayfield living in Cleveland Brown Stadium type commercials. Um, but Clark, man, we'll go around the circle again. Do you think Matt Stafford deserves to finally get an MVP, or is there anybody else going to get it?
I know the odds been flip-flopping the last 2 weeks. I think
Yeah,
Stafford deserves it, truthfully. I think give him this one. May's had a good year. I just don't know that strength of schedule they've had to play against. They've not played a lot of great teams. Stafford's played in the best division in football this season. Constantly been playing pretty well. He only had a few stinker weeks toward the season, end of the year, but he's been on fire. I think you give Stafford the MVP this year. Much deserving. I really hate talking because we always talk about how it's kind of a narrative award. I really hate giving guys credit for past seasons, but he's had some phenomenal seasons in the past and haven't won it. I think he's due an MVP.
100%, 100%. TJ, what do you think? Do you think Matt Stafford, Drake May? What do you think?
I'm right there with you, man. I think
Yeah,
give it to Stafford. I think if we're going to have awards like this, it's got to be based a little bit on vibes. Like this ain't a stat award, dog. Give it to Stafford. Let him put the bow on the end of his career that he fucking deserves. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Drake May in the second place, in the odds. As far as, like what I think, like Drake May has the next 10 years to win MVPs. That's completely a foreseeable thing. We got like just a little time left with Stafford, man.
mm.
Show them,
Yeah.
tell your homies that you love them while they're still here, man. Tell Stafford, hey, this is how we view you as the football community, like give Stafford the MVP, man. And special shout out also to Caleb Williams. I said in one of my first appearances on From the Deep when Ben Johnson got hired, I said, no excuses for Caleb Williams. It's make or break. Now, you got an offensive mastermind in Ben Johnson, and he proved me right. he said, "Hey, it's time to nut up and ball," and that's exactly what he did, man.
Oh, bro, he could be a Hall of Fame player in waiting type of player right now. Like I love seeing like the potential of him, for sure. And Drake May, right? Like those two might be battling for MVPs here soon. Like that's
Oh
the
yeah.
type of shit we're talking
That could
about
be,
here.
yeah, could be the future for us, you know? Can I
Yeah,
add one thing? I know this is kind of out of context, or whatever. We talked earlier about things we loved and hate. One thing that makes me sad about this NFL season, we're seeing a real passing of the guard finally. Guys like Rodgers ain't going to be around much longer. Stafford, we're really starting to see these new cats come up that are be for what are like for kids today, what those guys were for us as kids. So fucking sad, dude. The Unk Bowl, that was it this year. That's probably it.
yeah. No, and you know what? It goes for all
Yeah.
positions too. Like
Yeah.
you're seeing a lot of wide receivers we used to like get old.
Yeah.
They're starting to get veteran deals and random teams. You're starting to see uniforms not match up. Like I think seeing
Yeah.
Cooper Cup still tweaks me out.
Oh, yeah, it's
Like I don't
weird.
like it's just I just wish he would have been able to ride that out, right? It's just that's just not what happens. And Matt Stafford, the fucking script, that they write. He's just got that John Elway's last year written all over him, don't he? That Peyton
Yeah.
Manning last
Yeah.
year, that John Elway last year. They like to bless that last year bullshit. Ray Lewis did it against us. The script went away. They even turned the lights off to fucking get wild. This WWE, Vince McMahon wrote that one for them that year. Shit got wild. They even made Colin Kaepernick take a knee. Shit got wild. No, I'm joking. Anyways, Eric, you feel the same way? Matt Stafford taking it this year, or
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
comments about the future?
Everything TJ said, man, I echo. It's just like I was gonna get on here and say, like, maybe it's a boomer in me, but in this situation, I'm gonna lean Stafford because I look at Drake May and was like, hey dog, you got at least 10 more years to do this.
Yeah,
Let's let this guy get one more, who maybe only has two or three. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about
100%. And you know what? I'll say this before we move forward. Shout out boy Trevor Lawrence. Shout out for him getting in this
Yeah.
position. You don't see this type of turnaround with the same team almost ever with new coaches. We had Urban Meyer and shit, right?
it.
Like to have that and stability, and that means during practices you had to have been the man, even if your games didn't reflect it. That means how you handled yourself in the locker room meant you were the man. How you practiced every day, because that means the front office kept buying in on you, the team around you kept buying in on you, the players that are good around you bought in on you and stayed with you. Shout out for that paying off. You just don't see that shit. I always say I love the NFL's healthy when you have the Carson Palmers of the world. And I think Trevor Lawrence is like that Carson Palmer of the world right now in the Philip Rivers. I mean, you got to do a long time to be Philip Rivers, but remember the early Philip Rivers, he wasn't really that crazy. His team was just solid, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Trevor Lawrence. Shout him
Hey,
out.
I hate to reference a past take again, but when I went on my Jacksonville rant, I said Trevor Lawrence, is he elite? Is he not elite? While I'm not ready to say Trevor Lawrence is an elite NFL quarterback, when I made that statement, Jacksonville was thinking, is Trevor the guy, or are we gearing
Hmm.
up for a quarterback next year? And this year, Trevor Lawrence proved he's the fucking guy. He's gonna be there for the rest of his career, hopefully, in Jacksonville, man.
Dude, and you know what? Shout out to just the coach staff. Like, just you need that stuff. I'm tired of seeing like, a 2 year span for certain coaches and teams. The Cardinals. I know we were texting about them in our group chat. Like
The Falcons
Falcons,
too.
yeah. Like it's just like, come on, guys. Raiders. I'm tired of it. It looks stupid. Like this is like what are we talking about? Like especially like if you're paying extra for red zone or for like NFL, everything. It's like, bro, like I paid for this shit, and like sooner or later, I feel like I'm a fan right now because I want to watch you play ball. You suck. This is a midnight. This is a 10 p.m. game. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what are we talking about? Anyways, go around the circle one last time of this. Is there any other player that should get recognition that's not a quarterback for the MVP? And yes or no to this around the board. Um, should we just create a different award that kind of like college does a good job of that? Like there's guys that win the Heisman, there's guys that win like the best player, and they sometimes that's been separated before. Very thin margins, of course. Like I think of like just the recognition that Andrew Luck still got with RG3 win
Hmm.
the Heisman. Like I
Yeah.
think that's the senior quarterback also gets one too if he didn't get recognized. Like should we create another award to get guys like I'll throw Miles Garrett in there. I'll throw like the year that Saquon Barkley had last year. I'll throw even CMC's peak years with him receiving too, but like just different players. Should we have a different award with that? Clark, is there any other player that should have gotten maybe some recognition? We understand the odds are always quarterbacks. And then should we have a separate award?
Yes, a separate award, and for my pick for this, I'm gonna go JSN, man. Seahawks having, Darnold obviously had a pretty good year, but I think it definitely helped having JSN. Finished just 1,793 yards, 10 tutties, 27 catches over 20 yards, and 8 catches over 40. Great season. Had 79 catches for first down out of 119 catches. Hell of a year. I think he really elevated his game. And without his level of play, I don't know the Seahawks could clinch first overall. So I think he's a big factor into that.
That's a great point. That ending right there. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. TJ, what do you think?
I'm right there with Mike, man. Jackson Smith and Jigba went absolutely crazy, man. You couldn't cover him in darkness if you flipped the light switch off, let alone cover him with a corner, man. This dude has been balling out of control, and I think he's here to stay as far as top end wide receivers in the NFL go.
I like that. I like that a lot. Eric, you same thing?
So this,
You got a
I
different
think,
one?
to be an MVP and non-quarterback, I think you have to have like borderline a record-breaking season, which maybe isn't fair, but that's just what it feels like. Like, what was Jason, like 11th or 12th in all-time receiving yards in a single season? Not all time, but receiving yards in a season. I mean, he was on pace to break it for weeks, and so was JT before the Colts fell
Mhm.
off the cliff too. So I'm okay with it not happening this year because I just feel like that has to be what happens with the MVP talk is you have to be record breaking. But I do want to give like Miles was like if Miles was on a playoff team right now, he's probably getting a bunch of love. Probably not getting it done, probably getting a bunch of love. I think it'd be fun if they added more awards that were more position based. Like one I'd love to see is like a DB award between safeties and corners because those guys are so screwed out of stuff because they never get the stats. Or like I thought about like a run stuffer reward for like the best
Yeah.
defensive tackle against the run. That guys that get no recognition or like the running back award would be fun every year to watch. Just somebody win the rushing title. You could do a tight end award would be fun because tight ends is such a cool position now. I think we're so spoiled with tight ends right now. Like I was thinking about this, I was thinking about these awards. Like almost every team has a cool tight end now. Like that's never been like that before in the NFL. And I think that's really cool. I think they should take advantage of that and like make an award out of that too. So yeah, add more awards. There's nothing wrong with adding more awards.
Yo, hear me
No.
out real quick.
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be cool if there were NFL awards like a category of NFL awards where it was positional matchups voting for the top players at their, like so say like you survey NFL corners at the end of the year and goes, who's the top receiver you played this
Yeah.
year? Who
Mhm.
are the top guys you played this year? Like the left tackle, interview him about edges. Cause like everybody's seen the video of uh was it Darwin? Uh interviewed and he brings up Hunter Renfro
Yeah, it's
and he's
Darwin.
like,
Oh
Yeah.
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
The
Hunter
Ryan
Renfro, oh,
Clark's
encyclopedia
he's
like
like
salesman.
that.
The
Ryan Clark says
Wikipedia
you got it like
salesman?
that. He's like, dude, he's got it
Yeah.
like that. Like,
So like I feel like you'd get shit like that where these random players would get some love by the top end guys and go, "Oh no, he's cold, man. He's
yeah,
cold."
yeah, that would be cool.
And it would add to like, I think like, okay, look at say like Eli Manning's career, Philip Rivers' career. Like we're talking borderline and Philip Rivers, they're borderline Hall of Famers, right? Like how much better would that be towards understanding people's greatness if they had a couple of those awards at least once?
Yeah.
Like Larry Fitzgerald always got overlooked, right? But imagine if Larry Fitzgerald had a couple of those for so the kids, the people, the history, because NFL loves keeping the history. My
Dude, think about like Rogers Cromartie. Like no one's gonna know his name in 20 years, but you could look back and say, hey, he won the best DB award for 8 years in a row. Like,
Yeah.
like guys like that, you know what I mean? Darnell Reeve, like that. That's why DBs came to mind because they're constantly looked over. Because unless they play for your team, you don't watch them every week.
And
You
that's
baseball,
can't.
that's what made me think of it is when you said
Mhm.
DBs is because selfishly, I don't want to listen to some New York Times writer tell me about cornerbacks. Let me fucking hear from the receivers that deal with those dudes constantly, like so I think it'd be cool, man, for the different positions in the NFL to give input.
That's why the NFL Top 100 list is my favorite thing that the NFL does every year because that is only player voted. So I think that shit's so cool because there's no line on that chart. There's no line on the chart. There's players voting on players. So that's why I'm to your point, TJ, that's why I'm always obsessed with that list is because it's only players. It's no media bullshit, no coaches. It's only players voting on each other and their peers. I think that shit's cool.
And that's why I get uncomfortable about with like someone wins an MVP, but then next year it was always Aaron Donald number one. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
Hmm.
How is that? Isn't that like are we being? This is weird now.
It's a
Like,
great
and
point. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like, let's do it off TJ. Let's create an award off something like that. Then we really know who's the fucking dogs. You know, baseball does a good job of that. I mean, people don't even care about certain. They just care if you got, if you're a Gold Glove, this and that. If you have fucking Cy Young Award for this or this, like you don't even have to be the best team. You could be a fucking
Hmm.
great pitcher on a shit team and still get a Cy Young. Like that's what we need to do. Like guys need to build up. I like that a lot. Alrighty, what do we got left here for the NFL? You guys got anything else for the NFL other than before I get to Black Friday and coaches? We'll try to speed up a little bit through that. We had a good time with everything else because college football is so short, and that's coming at last after this. You guys got anything else by any teams or playoffs before we get into coaches?
I want to know your guys' favorite playoff matchups for round one, real
Ooh,
quick, if I can. Just your favorite matchup of the weekend.
Clark, you
Um,
go.
yeah.
Spin it
Uh,
around again.
Probably Philly and Niners, and then I really like Chargers and then Patriots. I think those will be really top tier games, entertaining games.
Mm-hmm. TJ.
TJ.
Give me Jags Bills, man. I think that
Oh
Okay.
has the
yeah,
potential to be a really interesting game.
I like that. Eric, what you got for this?
I got Packers and Bears, especially on a Saturday night. I love a Saturday night NFL wildcard game, dude. I'm excited. Saturday night game, Packers, Bears, my favorite game of this weekend.
So my favorite non-Niners game is Packers Bears. Like to
Yeah.
me, it's just I grew up on that shit. I want to see it cold. I want to see it wild, and go Bears. I think Green Bay just pisses me off. Something about the way that organization's ran pisses me off. Like I don't know. They just don't do right by their own veterans and act like they're a traditional program. Like it's just the whole thing pisses me off. And the fact that Aaron Rodgers has to go suit up for Pittsburgh pisses me off too. Like be a better organization for a goat to just stay all the way through. That wants to stay all the way through. They just suck at that. Look what they did with AJ Hawk. Look what they did with Clay Matthews. Like they just fuck everybody over, bro. That program deserves nothing. And that's the one thing I do have as a Bears fan in me is fuck the Packers. Also because as a Niners fan, fuck the Packers. I like that one a lot. And you know why I like upsets, bro? I just like seeing like it's the NFL. What if Carolina goes crazy? Like what if Carolina goes crazy? That's one of those games I will watch the first quarter, and then I ain't gonna watch the whole game, but I'll watch the first quarter. All right. So we had a lot of coaches get fired. Some of them, I mean, some of these teams we'll just see. Like I don't believe in anything the Tennessee Titans are going to decide or do. Um, the Tennessee Titans are probably, to me, the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL overall. Like they fumbled every single situation that gets thrown in front of them, and I don't see them fixing that anytime soon. Say what you want about the Browns or other organizations like that, it ain't what that Tennessee has done recently. Tennessee just has been made one bad call after another, and Cam Ward is the only good call they've made, and he's sitting there on an island by himself. I know TJ's talked about that this whole year. Like, yeah, Cam Ward's a dog who's literally got nobody. New York Giants always big. Um, you know, always exciting. But to me, it's like what coach can really handle the pressure of coaching in New York. So I always think that's interesting. We got Atlanta Falcons. Makes me sad Atlanta sucks because Atlanta was like such a staple, I think, to our childhood of just being a consistent team, and they suck. And did you see that video of Morris going up to the owner and dapping him up and hugging him after his press conference, and then like less than an hour later he's fired? Woo,
Yeah, fuck you.
woo.
Yeah.
We've talked a little bit. We already know Cleveland Browns. You got the Raiders, and then you got Arizona Cardinals. Which to me, I really didn't see the Arizona thing happening yet. I didn't
And the
think
Baltimore Ravens.
they just did that
They fired Harbaugh right before we started the pod today.
right before we started the pod. Damn, I was busy. Oh my god, what the fuck?
They couldn't have waited
Literally,
20 minutes so we could have had a live.
literally 10 minutes before we went
I hopped
live.
on
That's what
with
you did
TJ.
text.
I looked
Yeah,
at
that's what you did
TJ and I looked
text.
at TJ. I'm like, "Do you see what just happened?" He's like, "Yeah, dog. They couldn't have waited 15 minutes so we were potted."
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't like that. I get it, but I don't like it. And to me, it's like, be careful what you wish for. Be
Yeah.
careful what you fucking wish for. I think that there's a lot of injuries on that team, a lot of issues on that team. I think it was a down year. I don't think the Niners would have fired Shanahan after last year. They didn't. After a 4-win year that we've had, they didn't. Like Harbaugh's one of those guys. He's just a brand with the Ravens. To me, how the fuck does Tomlin outlive Harbaugh? Even
Yeah.
if it's just a month or so. Like, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like, how does that, like that, I would have never predicted that ever. I think that's spoiled. But who knows? We're not in the building, but I think that's spoiled. I think be careful what you wish for. You could suck fast. And Lamar could be unhappy fast. I don't care how unhappy he is right now. He could be even more unhappy fast. That's wild. But hey, Harbaugh might be the best coach on the market if he decides to go out. Does that make him number one?
It's got to be right. He's got to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. Him and Big Mike McCarthy. I don't give a fuck what you boys say.
I love Big Mike.
Dude, put him in the Browns, bro. He looks
I
like a
know.
goddamn Cleveland Browns fan. But fuck him. Put him out there. Fuck. That's my pick. You guys, Clark, you got anything that you got that excites you or anything you want to talk about with coaches while we go around quick? I'm going to say this. Mike McCarthy goes to the Browns. I would love it. Mike McCarthy to the Browns. Watson starting, dude. I don't think you guys see the potential here.
See the vision. Nothing super really I can think of that's
Ugh.
like super exciting to me. I think it'll be more clear in a few weeks once roles start to get filled. I'll have more kind of idea what the Browns are gonna do. If they're gonna make a move that's gonna shake things up, they gotta do it fast. That's all I can say. There's a lot of openings. We're not necessarily the greatest position, so I don't think we're a lot of coaches' first priority. So if you got someone in mind, go throw cash at them now. Do not wait. Get them in this weekend in the building, interview them, offer them a job. If you want them, give them an offer they can't refuse. That's really all you're gonna have to do.
I like that. TJ, what do you think?
So I got a bit of unique insight to give you, and it was just something I've been thinking about, uh, for the last couple days. I think the Raiders' job has the potential to be a very ugly job. And I think there's a piece of the Raiders that a lot of people aren't considering, and it's Tom Brady. I
Mhm.
think so. Here's a little bit of backstory. And for those that don't know, listening to From the Deep, I'm as big a soccer fan, if not a bigger soccer fan, than I am a football fan. And Tom Brady owns a club in the second tier in England called Birmingham, or owns part of the club. Birmingham's coach at the time was Wayne Rooney, who may be the greatest English soccer player of all time. And Birmingham went on a little bit of a slide, and allegedly Tom Brady was in the locker room telling Wayne Rooney that like he's lazy and that he needs to like brush back up on like his shit. So if Tom Brady has the balls to tell the greatest England captain of all time that, oh, you're lazy, you need to brush up, you're complacent and all this shit. What do you think he's going to do to a football coach that by now all accounts are saying Brady's involved in the coach search? He's going to be part of that. So I think if you're a coach, that could be a really sticky situation having to deal with that guy all the time in your ear.
Let me play more fantasy just while I can. Because this is the fun part, right? I'm just gonna be stupid. But also, I do think it's kind of interesting what there could be college coaches to get looked at, other people, ex-coaches that want to get there's a lot of openings now.
Mhm.
I know I always say Bill Belichick is a joke, but that shit ain't like Pete Carroll came out and just fucking got fired, bro. Like people can come out and get fired still. Like there's gonna be bad decisions. Run it back with Billy and Tom, bro. Reverse the roles, dude. Come on, Tom. I want you to look
Oh,
at Bill's girlfriend and fucking kick her out. Fucking grab her by the fucking. You launch her ass out of there with your big ass bodyguards and get her out of Bill's face. And you look at Bill and say, "We gotta do greatness." Now I'm your boss. Bill fucking does it. You know what I'm saying? But no, that Raiders job, ugly. Cardinals job, ugly. Like the Cardinals even have like some talent always, but that's an old organization. It's like the oldest one in NFL with a
They've
lot
never had
more.
a head coach longer than 6 years. Oldest team in the league,
that's
and
fucking
they
crazy
never
to
had a
me.
coach longer than 6 years.
Dude, it's not a great facility situation. They get rated Fs every time from all the players
Yeah.
Mhm.
stuff. They like coaching there is
Especially in Arizona. Like Arizona's a cool like
yeah.
state. Like I've
Phoenix,
don't
like
got to worry about the
everyone,
weather. You got a beautiful like that's just wild.
Well, you got to think too with the head coaching searches. Like people don't understand that these guys have shit that they want too. So like
Hmm.
if you're a head coach, look at the Ravens job being open now. Logic would say the Ravens job is the most attractive job that there is, right?
hmm
You inherit Lamar Jackson, you inherit some young pieces on defense, but maybe some of these coaches don't want to inherit shit. Maybe they want to build their own shit. Maybe you want to start from scratch. So I mean, this is coming from me. I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, but I would look at the Titans' job and go, look, nothing's here. We got free reign. We got a quarterback. That's about it. Build whatever the fuck you want. You're not inheriting a team that has these intrinsic pieces that have all these tendencies and have their style of play. And you can kind of build the team around your vision.
The Titans remind me of what Jacksonville just did. Like you need a stable hand at quarterback and everything's possible. Like
Mhm.
everything else is possible. Eric, what do you think just overall with these coaches? I like that. Like who would be the most like sought out job, and it probably
Yeah.
would be the Ravens. But what do you think, Eric?
So I found it easier to find the worst jobs than I did the best jobs. I think the
Yeah.
two worst jobs are the Falcons and Cardinals. Like I truthfully do because Cardinals one, you're coming to that mess with Kyler, and you're coming into that mess like you do have a decent draft pick this year, so that's cool. But you're also going into up and away the hardest division of football. When and none of those coaches are going anywhere anytime soon. Neither are the quarterbacks, most likely. Like I think we all think Stafford's coming back, even if they win a Super Bowl or some shit like that. And then the Falcons is just the Falcons one's wild, dude. They just fired a coach that was had 2 8 and 9 seasons, I think it was. He's one game out of playoffs in both seasons. If you like Penix, he's a 24-year-old quarterback that's tore 3 ACLs now. So it's like you're gonna have pause there. My hot take is I think Kevin Stefanski should get hired by the Giants. That's my hot take. And then I think like you were just talking about Cam. I know TJ's son Cam Ward's praises. I think Cam Ward showed enough for like to go for a head coach to come there because of Cam. Like I do think that. And the Giants one, I just feel like it's just like, hey, you have so much young talent on this team. Like, yeah, you need to keep Dart up, but when Dart plays, he played well. You get Neighbors coming back who is coming off an ACL, but ACLs now are what they used to be, I feel like. So, like, you know what I mean? Like 10 years ago, I feel like it's a lot different for the injury now. You're coming off Neighbors. You still got the youngest defensive line in football, and they're probably the best, if not the second or third best. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm Clint Kubiak and Harbaugh now are the two that need to land first, I think. But
Yeah.
Kubiak's won't be till the playoffs are, wrapping up anyway,
Same
most
with
likely.
Salah.
So
Yeah, Salah will
yeah,
be the
so we'll
same
be
thing.
waiting. We'll be waiting.
The New York Giants, that is a good team to inherit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I think as a mix of what TJ was saying, where it's like there's some things I'm inheriting and there's a lot of work here. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's a lot of room here, but there's also parts I could just keep. And bro, just imagine like showing up as a coach and Scatterbo's your running back and just staring at him. He's just ready to fucking stare. Ready, coach? And I'm like, oh shit, and Dart's fucking late for practice.
Yeah.
Like you might have to. It's gonna take a certain coach. It's a lot of young players. Like will an old coach want to step into that? I think that's where like Harbaugh wouldn't want something like that. I don't think. You know
Well,
what I'm
imagine
saying?
Sala there.
Oh yeah,
You
with
tell
that line
Robert
D line.
Sala, hey, here's Abdul Carter. Check this out. Here's Scattaboo playing halfback. Here's a quarterback that truck sticks safeties, Like I would if I was a Giants fan, I would want a coach like Sala and I would stay away from a Kevin. Because
Yeah.
I think, okay, yeah, so Kevin lost the locker room in Cleveland. What's he gonna do with a psychopath playing tailback, and a quarterback that's off the wall, man? How's he gonna rope these guys in?
Yeah, I like that. Um, yeah, dude, very interesting. I mean, I'm also hope I like thinking of like some like the reading in between the lines. Like that's why Arizona's a weird thing to me. I know it's a terrible destination, but like they just have the weirdest pieces of that team that like if someone did want to come there and ball out, they could. You know what I'm saying? Um, hold on, I got another. See, you guys, every pod this happens. Hold on, I got a call again. It was Kroger again. All these damn pickup orders, dude. Jesus, that threw me off my game. Only what happened? I lost myself, saw myself, straight at myself. Oh God, here we go. You guys got anything else NFL before we just move forward with some college football? Let these dominoes fall into place, and it'll be a lot to talk about. We got a lot of coach stuff we could talk about while the playoffs are cooking. Nothing.
It's
All
nothing
right.
really.
So college football is kind of a wild, off the wall thing. If you guys got any stories you want to bring up, whatever, we can mention names, do whatever. Transfers are all over the place. We're all patiently waiting. Um, I was thinking, I don't like this break with these playoffs. It seems so
Yeah.
scattered. I think it's pretty universal that like we gotta play sooner than this, like for everything. The champion's always been back in the day crowned on January 1st. So like, why is not like we gotta figure that out? Like, I don't care how hot the games are early in the semester it is for some of these games to go off in early August. I don't care. Give me one on my birthday. July 29th kickoff, Notre Dame, South Bend. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care where you got to push the ship, but it's just taking too long. But we got transfers all over the place. Wild situations, wild stories. I know we keep talking about the homeboy Sorsby from Cincy. You gotta follow your girlfriend, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, when you're in love, dude, you're in love, bro. Even though I'm pretty sure I'd take Kiffin LSU with the NFL contract on top. Like that's the sandwich you're eating.
Yeah.
Like if you go LSU, that's the sandwich that you're trying to afford. You know what I'm saying? That's the sandwich you're going to work for. Going Texas Tech, I'm not saying they ain't going to ball. I think Texas Tech's, we'll get into this later of like, some teams benefit because of lack of competition for certain guys to shine. And I think Texas Tech, knowing the Big 12 is kind of weird. BYU's going to stay pretty strong, but they have limited recruits in general. I think some guys will want to go there, not just for the money. Everyone's talking about the money. Yes, there's money kind of everywhere. And Texas Tech has a lot of money, but Texas Tech's also a place where they've shown where like they could win their conference and be in the playoff every year for the next 5 years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like who's really going to go up against them in the Big 12 like consistently? And I think kind of like Notre Dame's in that realm. I think we benefit with some of these guys coming to visit us. We didn't pick up a handful of guys that we're supposed to, but I hear our defense is gonna be crazy. All the D linemen want to go Notre Dame, and some of them are already talking about like, oh, I mean, if we're already top 12, we go to the playoff. Why wouldn't I just want to get my graduate degree at Notre Dame, go bounce out, I'm gonna go to the NFL, and I got to shoot into the playoff. Now, I do think that's gonna be Notre Dame's downfall to this whole thing. I think it's going to take one big recruit to open his mouth, one coach, one person to be like, "Oh, look how stacked Notre Dame got," because everyone knows they're shooing. That's just the name of the game, though. It's the Wild West. That's what I was thinking while I was looking at all this. I mean, it's just the Wild West, and I don't like the whole re-sign thing. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I keep seeing that. It just rubs me the fucking wrong way, dog.
It does. It does. People are like, "Oh man, no, they're like signing contracts though. Like, hurry up, Unc." That's what one dude told me on a comment. Hurry up, Unc. Times are changing. I started laughing. I was like, respect though, but I was like,
With your old ass.
yeah, I thought it was funny, but I'm like, bro, don't say resign. The kids still going to class. Call it enrolled. They'll stay enrolled. You know what I mean? But anyways, Clark, you got any thoughts about anything? Notre Dame, quarterbacks, anything like that? I'm kind of open-ended with this because I'm kind of upset of what happened with Notre Dame losing a few guys
Yeah, and
um,
so am I. I really
and
don't have
not
much
getting
to
a few.
say. As I texted, I've been watching that Here Come the Irish show on Peacock. I
Yep,
wasn't aware they did that kick-ass show, dude.
yep.
Really made me appreciate Marcus Freeman for the man and coach he is. I hope he stays. It sucks we've lost quite a few guys that wanted the portal, but things happen for a reason. I think Notre Dame will be okay. Really excited for these final games coming up. There'll be some great games. I know we covered them, but let's go Irish. That's really all I got to say for right now. I think once we get a little bit further into off season, we see some of these more transfers we get. I'll have more to comment on it, but hasn't popped off for him yet. So
Hey, go shout out Kenny too before we get to
yeah,
the other
yeah,
guys. Before I
yeah,
forget.
absolutely. Yeah, I hope he balls out at UK, man. He's in a really good situation. I'm excited to see the numbers he puts up. Kind of similar to our boy who went to Syracuse last year. Sadly, tore his ACL. I
Yeah,
hope he stays healthy and gets a good shot.
yeah. Kenny's gonna be a dog. People gotta watch
Yeah,
out. Boy can
yeah,
move.
he's
He
been
can
good. Yeah.
throw. Like he can lead that team. Like he can carry him if he needs to. TJ, man, we didn't get to you before about just Ohio State. So I'm going to go to Eric first because I think you probably have a handful of things that you might want to say about either Ohio State, the matchups that are happening. We kind of dug into it a little bit in the last one. Shout out to the Big Ten. You know what I mean? Like straight up. But Eric, anything that you popping out to you transfer wise? Anything popping out transfer wise for OSU? Just overall big stories. We got Sorsby. We got the kids from North Texas going to Oklahoma State, which is dope. Anything of that nature that's in your head.
So Ohio State wise, I think the biggest two losses we had were Aaron Scott, who's a corner, and then we also lost CJ Hicks. He's going to play for Heartline at USF. But I
No
think
shit.
and he's a linebacker edge. I don't know, he's a weird guy because we didn't really know his position for the longest time. He kept on going back and forth. TJ knows what I'm talking about. But I think the big domino for Ohio State right now in the transfer portal is Chaz Coleman, who's an edge from Penn State.
Yep.
He seems like the guy we're really riding for right now, and He's taking. I think he visits us today. I think he visited us today. I'm pretty sure he did an LSU visit over the weekend. So that seems like our big domino.
Hmm.
As of now. Besides that, I don't really have anything else crazy college football wise. I thought I had some. Oh, Clark, you mentioned that Notre Dame show. There's a show called Five Star on Peacock that
Hmm.
followed the four highest ranked freshmen first season this year, and they were
Oh,
all
really?
top 10. They were all top 10 players. So like one was Bryce Underwood at Michigan, obviously. One was Malachi Goodman at Penn State offensive tackle. DeCorian Moore, the Oregon receiver, was the other one, and then
Yeah.
Devin Sanchez at Ohio State was the fourth.
Hell yeah,
They're
I'll have to
all
peep that then.
yeah. That it may not be like that show because it's like that show's hyper Notre Dame focused. But I've been watching that show on Peacock and do that. That show's pretty sick too to get a
Yeah.
deep dive into all their freshman seasons.
I
Sweet.
like seeing all that because I like seeing some of the kids not turn out at all. Like, who's that one?
Yeah.
Who's that one fucking kid that went to OSU in Miami?
Tate Martell.
I
Tay
just think
Martell,
I think of
baby.
him every time, and like, you say what you want, bro. That's why I like Rattler, bro. Or whatever the fuck his name is, Spencer fucking whatever the fuck is I don't yeah, dude.
Spencer Rattler, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Run your mouth and throw some touchdowns still. He's still in the NFL. All the haters can
Yeah.
eat shit. I love that shit, bro. Fuck it. Kids seem I don't know if I'd be friends with him or nothing, but like, you know what I mean? Like, probably not, but oh man, I love that. TJ, brother. Um, you know, down go Bucks. Here we are. Did we get to talk about that with you?
No,
No, I didn't think
no.
so. So back again. Brr, brr, brr. Ryan Day. You know what, man? Big day, Ryan Day. Sorry, bud. That shit was awful. But how you feel? What do you think?
Listen, man, I everybody watched the game, and there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot underneath the surface layer of what we saw during the game, man. Just wasn't good enough. Flat out. Pass pro was not there. Game plan wasn't there. Like I've seen a bunch of people say that like, oh, we'll kick it into gear when it's time. We'll kick it because we kind of played slow all season on offense. We'll kick it into gear when it's time. We'll pick it up when it's time. And it was time, and we couldn't pick it up. The criticism that a lot of people had about how we kind of handled the offense this year came to fruition. It was real. And I tell you what, man, Miami's got some ballers, man. They really that Bain guy, like I watched him a little bit, like, but you know how it is, Eric, watching Edge highlights. Like
Yeah.
obviously, like you're only seeing the good shit, but I tell you what, that's a dominant cat. And I forget their D tackle's name,
I'll pull it
Mosador,
for you. Yeah, because they
Isidore, something
they
like
both
that.
tore us the fuck up hard, dude.
What a fucking time to find out your offensive line ain't what you thought it was. It's just a bad time. It's just unfortunate. It's like, hey, fuck. Sometimes, you find your huckleberry, and that's exactly what we did, man. And I think going forward, there's gonna be a lot of changes. I just wonder, and by no means am I making an excuse. The Buckeyes got played off the field. I'm just wondering what Hartline leaving before the playoffs, like, were there effects of that maybe the public doesn't know about or the public doesn't see? Whether it be like in the game planning side, the personnel side, I just wonder if there's a piece of that somehow contributed uh, to kind of how we looked in the playoffs. But I think what you saw was a team that wasn't ready and a team that didn't deserve it this year. And if anything, it makes my heart happy that there's parity in college football and that we have an Ole Miss and we have an Indiana and we're starting to see these other teams pop up because I think that fucking rules. And as much as I love the Buckeyes, this shit's about, pushing the game forward, So what call it cope, call it whatever you want, man. I'm just happy. Hey, if it's not us, hopefully it's somebody new. And you look at Miami, they deserve the win. You look at Indiana, they deserve to win. It just is what it is, man. Life hands you a shit sandwich, but you just gotta hope there's more bread than there is shit.
Yep. Hey, there you go, man. From a hater appreciator, I respect everything you said. It's just one of those things. College football's a weird place, and it's easy to point out certain things like, they're young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like the mentality of like young men, like, maybe not having like I think Fox Big Noon Kickoff. One of the things I always think of, it's easy to say no, Ohio State doesn't play big games, but it's kind of hard for Ohio State to have crazy awesome environment games and different schedules for night games if they're playing half their year at noon. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a bunch of effects for everything. And I also think same thing with Miami. Like it's wild to me that Miami lost against two unranked teams, but still found a way to beat Ohio State and Notre Dame and Texas A&M. College football's a weird place. And I'm excited for what's going to happen for the playoff because I can't call the shots with Oregon or Indiana. I think that's going to be I think the winner of that game, we'll get to that down the road, but I think the winner of that game wins it all, in my opinion, just because they're just so stable. But shout out Ole Miss keeping their transfers as well. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're playing way different. They're going to be, there's not as much like doubt as it was in that last game. I think now that the boys have confirmed they're coming back, that's crazy. Like they're gonna play wild and comfortable, I think. Like they know they're here to ride or die this year and next year. They're gonna go nuts. I will
Well,
never root for Miami in my fucking lifetime. They got fucking lucky as fuck. And Carson Beck, dude, don't let him get a big head. He can't win multiple games in a row. He's shown that time and time again. He is gonna shit his goddamn pants at some SEC size in front of him. At least I'm
I just
hoping.
wanted to add something on Beck real quick. Like, I think if there was a piece of the Ohio State game plan that I disagreed with, it was not sending enough pressure at Carson Beck. It's like
Dude.
so let's think about this logically. And Patricia was fantastic all year long.
Mhm.
And he made a choice, and the choice didn't work out. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. But let's think about this logically. So you have a veteran quarterback that's played a lot of college football. We're gonna rush three, rush four, play a lot of zone. I know we've been playing cover one, cover zero all year, but let's play a lot of zone and let's give this veteran quarterback as much time as he can possibly want to, chuck the ball around the field to dynamic freshman receivers, So I think just like that, and I know me and Eric talked about it. Dropping Arvell Reese into coverage is crazy. As much as that happened, it's just nuts. I
Taking your best
know.
edge rusher out of the play is just on passing downs. Like you're literally taking him out of the play.
And it's like what I told Eric was I was like utility can be a curse too, man. You get
Hmm.
you get these players that you think they can do everything because a lot of the times they can. But when it matters, when the shit hits the fan and it matters most, you got to have guys doing what got them there, what their biggest fucking strength is and like what they call home, like if you have a closing pitcher that throws 105 miles an hour. In a 2-2 count, you ain't throwing a curveball, brother. Give him the heater down the middle, dare him to fucking hit it because that's what you do. That's your shit. So if you're if you're Matt Patricia and looking at Arvell Reese playing a fucking hook zone in the middle of the field on 3rd and 10 is not the way, you know, to utilize him. So I don't know, man. I'm ready to talk some more college football though, because I was pretty interested in some of the games, and I know you guys probably got it off already. I just wanted to say two things.
No, keep going.
Trinidad
Yeah, you
Cha-
need this.
Trinidad Shambliss. Let your nuts hang, dog. That's the way you play fucking quarterback. He was in the backfield doing dare I say, doing some Steve McNair shit. He was shaking people off. He was running around in a circle. He fucking showed up when they needed him most. He was Superman in the phone booth. He came out swinging, man. And I wanted to say too, while we're talking transfers and stuff, I almost let the big transfers go. I don't want to talk about that shit. I don't want to talk about Sorsby. I don't want to talk about these guys because it's going to be beat to fucking death between now and next season. I like talking about the Colton Josephs to
Mhm.
Wisconsin. Like the shit like that, where you're like, dude, that's nuts. That's like a fun step up. Maybe Wisconsin got a baller. So I wanted to shout that out. And lastly, I don't know if DJ Lagway knows how close he is to being a vacuum cleaner salesman. Like, bro, we got to figure this out, man. And I wonder if it's a situation where like he called LSU and he's like, Coach Kiffin, I'm ready, dog. Give me a call. And Kiffin's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like what do you think this is?
I
So
hope
I
he's like
have a
Radon. You remember Radon from
yeah,
Vermont
yeah,
State? You
yeah.
Yeah.
Radon
know?
Randell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think Lagway's in such a weird spot because where are you gonna go, brother? You know? And yeah, Florida State. That's all fine and dandy.
He
That's
called him
cool.
Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Do you see
we'll
that? He called
see.
him Cam Newton. He goes, he called me Cam Newton. That was cool. Like that's what he said when they interviewed him about it.
We'll
That kid,
see,
I
man.
hope
But
I
that's
don't want to disrespect. That kid seems dense, bro. Like he,
yeah, bro. He's not got a lot of thoughts going on in his head, man. He'll throw the shit out of that ball, though. He could Uncle Rico that bitch over the mountains, man. And I hope he figures it out because if he can sharpen his edge a little bit, that's a fucking player in there, man. He can make any throw you need. A play that's like a Caleb Williams type player that could fucking sling it, but
you
he's got
ever
none of the fine-tuned quarterbacking abilities yet.
you ever hate somebody because of a video game? I hate that man because of Eric. Eric, when you talk about DJ like that, I was agreeing, but then I'm like, he's digging in. Great, that was great promo for him. Honestly, if Lagway hears that, he needs to fucking crop that and play
He's
that
playing
as
himself in the game.
yeah, yeah,
Get
bro.
some
Because
confidence.
Eric made that man 99 overall, fucking Cam Newton, Johnny Manziel's fucking
Shit,
soul
man.
child.
If Lagway hears this, sign me, dog. From the deep sports agency, man. Let me be your agent. I'll get you in somewhere.
Let's go, dude. We're gonna go play. We're gonna meet The Rock because you're gonna play in the USFL, brother. We're
Say
gonna meet
less.
The Rock. That's what I'm gonna tell him. He's gonna be
Hear
like,
me
oh,
out, big dog. You going
what?
to Elon next season.
You know,
Check this out.
I like the Florida State's just gambling on all these crazy fucking NIL deals and just getting players. Just keep doing it until it works. Seriously, it's gonna work. Just keep tossing,
It
keep
might.
these
Exactly
boosters.
that,
Dude, I want to know
brother.
what these boosters are. Like, who are these boosters? Is it some like old alumni lady that they're like abusing? Just like, sign the check, lady. The kid's coming to town. Like, okay. Like, dude, you can't keep getting $28 million rosters and then keeping your coach who ain't winning. That's why you didn't fire him. Anyways, we're gonna say TJ. I just think that's amazing.
No, it's
Uh,
just like you said, the Florida boosters. Like, who's writing these checks, man? Because like they're casting every. I get it, man. Hey, cast enough, cast enough reels, man. The fish will bite eventually. But fuck, who's writing these checks? And like,
Who's
I'm
writing these
sure,
Indiana checks, bro? What fucking lawnmower company is sponsoring
yeah,
Indiana football right
Indiana's a psyop, bro. I'm telling you. There's too many fans in the
yeah.
goddamn comments. There's too many money coming out of nowhere. Everyone went from Hoosiers. Oh, we play basketball on the side of barns to we have millionaires at our alumni. Like, what happened?
Stignetti's a plant. He's a Fed, bro. Stig is a Fed.
Sitting there with that fucking rock, fucking, do you smell what I'm cooking face on the sideline every 5 seconds, bro. I like him. I'm still happy that his last loss, was yours truly. Go Irish. Cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's good enough, some be like people being like, "Oh, I beat Saban." People still comparing him. Saban's crazy. Dude, yeah, but where are they getting these transfers? Like Notre Dame lost players to him. There's players flying all over the place, and like you're going to Indiana, so like it has to just be money. Like you're not doing
yeah.
any. People are like, oh, new facilities. I'm like, you tell me the goddamn facilities if fucking OSU or Georgia fucking
What
sucks.
what
Shut
top
up.
10 school is bad? What top 25 school is bad facilities? I always hate when people say that shit. I'm like, you can't tell a recruit goes to Michigan or LSU and just like, oh, I'm going here because of the facilities. Like, get the
There,
fuck out of here.
we were talking about cool shows. There needs to be like a Friday Night Lights version of like cinematography following Kirby Smart while he talks to all these car dealerships in Georgia. Hey, you need to sell more cars, man. We're losing transfers all over the place. Like,
We need
uh,
50 Hellcats. No, scratch that 75 Hellcats.
same thing with like Ole Miss. Like I get like some places like I think Alabama's known for having like NASA like scientists and shit graduate
Mhm.
from there and stuff. I mean I don't know, but like you don't know what these people do, but still, where are these money? Where's this money coming from, bro? Like, and my favorite thing is how did we get from NCAA finding all these crazy scams and mobs and situations within their sports, and now we magically don't have any of that, but we're tossing fucking billions around? Get real, bro. And you want to talk about fucking random cookie CEOs and shit stepping in? Get real, bro. Get real. This is crazy, bro. And you know what, Notre Dame? We need to get the goddamn Pope in town. How about that? How about that? That's gonna be the end of the stop. NIL with the Pope, bro. Like we gonna get crazy. Oh my god. TJ, who do you think wins this week? Miami or Ole Miss? I gotta make sure I get to that because we asked us.
uh,
I can't
You
remember what we
know,
said last time.
that's a really tough one, man. And it's going to be the battle of, Trinidad Chambliss extending plays and Ruben Bain chasing them down. But in the end, give me Miami and give me Miami in a pretty close game.
I feel that. What about Indiana, Oregon? That's a tough one. It really is.
Yeah, I think we're going to run it back, man. I think Indiana is going to perform similarly to how they performed in the first matchup, and I think they're going to play a nice clean game. Mendoza's going to do what he does, and they're going to get it done.
So let me pick your brain. Like I think though, that I just think of the way Mendoza looked against Penn State and Ohio State, and I got a feeling replaying Oregon again. They handled Oregon last time, but you don't beat the same team twice very often. I don't think, like even in history, that doesn't happen. I'm just curious to see like what they do when the game slows down again,
I
because
think Moore had
they,
a rough game against them too the first time they played. I think I'll
yeah,
pull up the box score and look,
like they won
but
by 10, right? But like they still had like it was a game. Like I just when the game slows down, I think that's where Oregon has to slow that game down. Like if that game
mhm.
cannot be a shootout, bro. Not with Mendoza, they can't. I just think Alabama's that bad right now. I don't know if they were always that bad, but I think whatever they were doing at the end of the year, Georgia beat the shit out of them. I just think, like I said, young men. Like people keep forgetting that. Like they act like they're professional athletes who are just ready to lock in. I'm like, bro, you get your ass whipped once in a while and you're hurt and you lose some games and you're 19 years old, bro. It's hard and you're flying across the world to go to the Rose Bowl. Like it's just, I don't know. I just think sometimes teams get their ass whooped. Also, go Irish, best team in Indiana, by far. That's all these fake fans. I don't know where they came from, bro. We live in Columbus, by the way, everybody. So like we're not that far from Indiana. I've drove in Indiana. I've gone to Indianapolis multiple times. I don't. Nothing's there. So like, what are you talking about? And I think Indiana's like South Indiana. What's there? Tornado warnings? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's about it. Like what's down there? This don't make sense. People are like, oh, like, I saw Louisville's trying to stay. I think Louisville's a respectable program always, no matter what. For some reason, they stuck around. But like, that's what we're talking about, people. Like, just because Indiana has the Big Ten slogan doesn't like. That's what tweaks me out. It's like, who knows who's next? And Indiana won't be the last one. Other teams are gonna get their shit together. Did you guys see? Is that Tulsa that has the transfer house? Is that Tulsa that
Yeah.
just did that? Yeah, bro. Like other teams are trying to get involved. You know. I thought OU was going to be stacked for a while, trying to get kids to go down there and fucking have fun and have a big alumni, but their coach was too busy fucking Blue Mountain State and with fucking cheerleaders and shit.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh shit.
golly. I'll
You,
craft some in a bit.
you guys got anything else regarding college football before we end this beautiful day? I know we went a little bit into it, but we also started a little bit later as well. But fuck it, I think that was great. You guys got anything?
Yeah.
I I think
No.
that's it, man.
Let's go, Kevin Stefanski. You're gonna coach the goddamn Arizona Cardinals to the goddamn Super Bowl.
I would
Write it.
shit my pants.
He's like, ooh, Kyler Murray, the numbers. He's gonna look like fucking Allen from fucking Hangover when he's fucking
Yeah. Yeah,
gambling.
gambling.
He's gonna see little fucking Kyler Murray out there while he's playing video games. He's like, oh, his hand-eye coordination just does the math perfectly. The way he snipes him in Warzone, just we got to do that with a pass. Like it's gonna be so stupid, bro. I love football right now. Go fucking Niners. And shout out Coach Lowe. His ass just disappears on you, bro. But you know what? I'm gonna tell him this is why Oregon's gonna lose. He didn't fucking
It's
say
his
nothing.
fault.
He didn't say nothing. Well, this is us from the deep.